Listen. I don't know if everybody has noticed, but I have refrained from talking about any victims' family members, Steve included, making a live about them or anything like that, because I don't know what it feels like to lose a child. But once I start feeling like you are the reason or attempting to get in the way of your child who's no longer here or can speak for themselves of getting the full fucking justice they deserve, I'm going to say something. And that's the purpose of this live tonight, and why I feel like I can speak on this, because I'm a father, right? I have a daughter. I have one child. She's the only thing that matters to me in the world. So I put myself in a position of, if I lost my child, okay, I don't know what I would do, okay, but I know what I wouldn't do. And that's what I want to talk on, because I'm very disgusted with what I heard. And I'll explain in a little. Let me just say hi. What's going on, Simply? Look at you being the first one to comment again, huh? 4 for 5, because somebody beat you. I don't know if it was the last one or which one it was, but somebody beat you. Okay, let's see. Wicca. What's up? Well, you know what I mean. They're talking, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna talk about why they're talking, because it's not a coincidence that they're all talking at the same time, in my opinion. Hey, Mish. By the way, thank you for that email. I appreciate that, and everybody else who reached out and said, hey, thank you, Willie, for taking the time out of your day to bring on somebody that can actually say something that is true, and not something that is possibly true, most likely true. We don't know yet. So thank you for that, Mish, and everybody else who sent me, because, I would love for somebody to, if they know another channel that has put more effort into getting the truth, not content and fucking theories, truth, put it down below. I'll tell you why I'm a little ticked off a little later. What's up, Doc? The Doc. Welcome in. Meg, what's up, Penelope? Yo, I'm gonna drop the link here in a little bit. If somebody actually comes up with a laptop, I'm making them bring up that video. I don't care if I get copyrighted or anything, because we need to see that video. The world needs to see that video. What's up, Matt? True crime, what's going on? Let's see, what's up? Oh, you had a dream about Penelope? Oh, I'm Penelope. I'm so cool. Oh, man, I make myself laugh. I could be in a bad mood and pull that video up and I'll just die. What's up, Latitude? What's going on? All right, Karen, what's up? Justice 4. Are you Tomboy or Tommy Boy? What's going on? Cat K, hey. What's up? Kit Kat. I don't know. For some reason, every time I see your name, I want to say Kit Kat. Can I call you Kit Kat or no? What's up, Annie Ruler? You're in Mexico. Like you some bitch. Be careful of the Sinaloas down there. A little wild. You love being here? Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Because again, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but if I hurt your feelings or you get mad at me, ask yourself why. That's what you need to do. Because I'm here for the same reason you are. So I thought. Because most people are what they fucking hate. And I told Meg this earlier. People are becoming what they hate. And it's sad to see, but I don't know why. Because I thought everybody wanted justice, not, nobody can have a different opinion and we all gotta fucking freak out. Ah! You think he's guilty? Ah! Good job getting Mike on. None of the big networks couldn't. Well, exactly. Right? Thank you, Tom. And I'm glad he said that like Fox, MSN, CBS were harassing him nonstop, texting him nonstop, like writing him, like basically trying to guilt him into getting him on their network. And he came on Little Old Truth Nation. I'm not gloating. You guys know I don't gloat. Because I don't give a fuck. YouTube could take this channel away from me tomorrow. As long as I have a direct communication with you guys, I got backups. I got other emails and shit. I can just make another one. Boom. And at least I'm in the chat telling you guys, yo, they took my channel. I'll be fine with that. Honestly. Because before I had a channel, I didn't even know this shit existed. And before that, I just lived life. So that's why I don't take this too seriously, as many people do, and get all upset and, in their feelings with shit. Think I'm a dick? Go look in the mirror. I'm Rick James, bitch. Listen, everybody has to remember the skit that Charlie or Dave Chappelle did of Rick James with Charlie Murphy telling the stories. Oh my God. Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch. That's right. I don't gloat. I float. I just provide, I just try to provide some kind of fucking facts on stuff because, if not, people just run with whatever. And it's amazing when people convince themselves it's the truth and then they hear that it's not the truth and they're like, their brain can't take it. It's okay. It's okay if the truth doesn't match up with what, your feelings need to be. It's really okay. Like, this isn't a perfect fucking world where, is that what I am? Somebody called me a witch one day. I was like, oh, what? Anyway, so Steve Goncalves and his wife, obviously you guys know, went on Brian Entin and spoke about, I don't know what the hell their goal was, but it wasn't good. And what I'm seeing is this is damage control. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell, why would they give a shit about, us getting crime scene photos or us seeing all the information and this, that, like, what's the big deal? But I know a lot of people think this. Some people won't say this because, it's not politically correct, but maybe Kaylee was involved in some shit, and that shit would have been exposed at the trial, okay? Which is the reasoning for all the damage control before this damage control, and now they're just getting ahead of the game again, because you see how they don't come to the surface until, Annie, listen, you never want your flowers, so don't come in here getting flowers because I'll give you your flowers right away. But you're always like, no, I'm not ready. I don't give a shit anymore after seeing that, Annie. That was pathetic. Good night, Annie. I love Annie. But anyway, Annie's the best. But if mine and Annie's conversations are like on a recording in heaven, and I like go to the pearly gates and like God's like, yo, I'm screwed. But anyway, so this damage control that I'm seeing being done is absolutely pathetic because it's doing nothing but hurt their daughter from getting the true justice that we all obviously, I think, want. And I don't know why Steve, saying that I'm taken as, I'm in the category, I'm a bottom feeder. I'm a bottom feeder because I just want the truth and all the information. How does that make somebody bottom feeders? Number one. Number two, why are you so concerned that Ann Taylor is still getting paid and working this case? If Brian's the bad guy, and you truly believe Brian's the only bad guy, then what are you going on TV for? Why don't you just come out and say, and Brian Entin's scared to ask the fucking question, of course, because, God forbid you ask, you just come out and ask him. Nobody wants to hurt anybody's feelings anymore on here. It's fucking pathetic. I don't give a shit. I'd ask him flat out, what are you guys scared of? Because if I lost my daughter and I'd kill him. I wouldn't allow the law to, I wouldn't need to go on TV because they'd be dead. But in this case, the law is taking the action, and I'd be happy than a pig in shit that they open an investigation. Anybody that knew about this, anybody that spoke about it, anybody that texted about it, anybody that fucking cleaned up, I would want to pay. Am I wrong? I mean, are most of the people here in chat parents? Where's Mike tonight? What do you mean? Mike came over to catch up and come on here for the day. What do you mean? Mike's up in the Poconos. He drove a decent way to get here too. It's not like, you guys know I'm not you guys know I got out of the Poconos. That's why, again, I didn't go through having that monkey on my back of doing the meth, the heroin, all that stuff. So I couldn't really, that's why he had to come up here and kind of talk about. But you see how, people use each other if one has dope. But if you don't have dope, you basically, you kind of mean nothing. And that world is very dangerous and icky. And I'm just, by the grace of God, I just moved out of the area for some reason when I was 18 and it got flooded. So, yeah. So I'm watching this interview, and I'm watching Steve being so angry at the fact that this information is being released. That me, you guys, are able to see the information, the truth. Like, what happened to freedom of information, or whatever the fuck it's called? Like, what happened to, the truth mattering? Why is a victim's family putting a blockade on their daughter getting the justice she deserves? Am I losing my fucking mind? Thank you, Doc. I appreciate that. Yeah, and like I said, luckily, Mike was able to hold his own and shit with some people in chat that just maybe didn't understand why Mike was here or fucking got all in their feelings. But, if I bring on somebody else and they don't know how to handle themselves, and they see that and they storm off the, they storm off the channel or they storm out or something like that, then, what the fuck's everybody here for? If you're not here for the truth, what are you here for? You're here to be rocked with with bullshit, rocked to sleep with bullshit. Is that what you want? Because you're in the wrong place, and you fucking know that. So, if somebody says something that that doesn't conform with what again, this needs to be Take it easy because the world's not perfect. Close. Show your receipts, please. Who needs to show receipts? Somebody said something about my receipt earlier, and I was like, I bring the receipt here. I don't even bring the receipt. Like, it's crazy that like you actually came here and like sat with me. That's insane. When I heard that Jesus said they don't read the documents on Nancy Grace, I was stunned. Steve's looking at footage. Somebody shows him something he needs to look at. Yeah, and you see how he got all like he blushed at the end of like both of them blushed at the end of like the whole Brian Entin thing. So like if Brian Entin can't ask them tough questions or like get on their bad side because then Brian's scared of losing that connection with the G family. It's like let's all not ask them any hard questions so we don't hurt their feelings, and I hate that shit. And but for how angry Steve was getting about the fact that the public's able to see the truth opened my eyes to there's something going on that they and correct me if I'm wrong, and again this is from me being a sponge and listening, they gave the wrong password to LE to Kaylee's phone and they like went through her phone, deleted stuff, whole bunch of shit. She had $100,000 in an account at what 20 years old, which who the hell had $100,000 at 20 years old here? Not me. I mean, so playing this damage control shit, Steve, Christy, if you ever see this, I don't care if you do or not, but if you do, stop. Just stop. You're not helping your daughter get justice at all. And I don't know why the fuck your lawyer isn't telling you this, but shame on him. Whatever his name is. He has a girl name. What the fuck's his name? He has a woman's name. I forget his name. What's up, Ledge? Thanks for blessing me with your presence tonight. Hey, Angela. I used to think, yes, exactly. And that's why I kind of, gave him the leeway because it's a grieving family. And I don't know how it would feel to, to lose a child, but certainly wouldn't act like that. Ever. Closed, or you can email Willie. So hold on, but what am I missing? What am I? Is closed in the name, or is the name closed? What am I missing here? Somebody help me. What is somebody saying that they have receipts of? And I also used to like, freak out a little bit about just chilling here and like, not having to like entertain or say something every second of the live, because I've watched some lives where like people are like sleeping, people are like eating, people are just doing absolutely nothing, like no substance, no nothing. They're just live. They're just like, here's my life. It's absolutely amazing, actually, what I've seen on here. Willie, he said that they showed Brian a photo of you and he doesn't know who you are. Who's they? They showed Brian. So they had a picture of me in the prison, or they went and visited Brian and said, "Do you know this person?" and said my name. Yeah, my email is on my homepage. My mom's got emails. Let me see. So how did I get Mike up here? How did I get Rich up here? Why would Jeremy Saba's mom watch? She watched the whole live and she tagged me on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. We're speaking on Messenger. Why would that be happening? Huh. I brought the motherfucker here. It wasn't even like somebody that like, was like in a fucking box like everybody else. Like today, the Goncalves family were in a box, and Brian Entin's over here. I had the receipt right here. Oh, I love it. I can hate. I love being hated on because I'm such a fucking small channel. So little people are seeing the truth. Where, like I said, it's like a pebble in the fucking pond of. Think about how many people watch. I don't know how many views he has now, but he had 100,000 in like a couple hours. But think of how many people have watched that Brian Entin interview compared to the people that watched the truth of what Mike said about actual accounts he had with Brian. I love it. I love the fact that people that like only a little amount of people are blessed, but nobody could take appreciation of that because we're never going to be able to beat MSM. Let's face it. But if you put me up against MSM and it has to do with receipts and truth, I'll fuck them with this case because they have 100 other cases to worry about. They don't really know what's going on. They're just given a script and then they have to read this, and you can't go this far with this, and you can't go that far with that. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I really don't. But I would love for anybody to fucking tell me what other channel or who the fuck they know has put more effort into at least getting the truth out. Who? So don't get mad at me when I bring people up and they don't conform to what your narrative needs to be. Because like I said earlier, you're turning into what you hate. All those guilters and stuff that people don't like because that's what you're turning into. Mike didn't know shit about this case. Okay? He told you that. I told you that. I did a live before, and I did a live before the live and said Mike's going to come up here and probably say some stuff that we don't agree with. And some people still freak the fuck out. It's amazing to me. It's like, how old are we? I'm the young one. Remember that. Come on, you and me versus Ashley. Oh my God. I'd smack the shit out of him. And you just reminded me, I have open panel in my title and I didn't even drop the link. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if anyone wants to come up, I would love to chat and talk about this, about what you think about the G family, because it's disgusting. Take you outside with me real quick. It is like, it's getting down. Listen, it was 30 degrees today. It's getting down to 1. Is it cold where everybody else is at? Stop claiming everybody. But yeah, so I'm confused how somebody got a picture of me in the Brian. Twiz has me fired up? Why would Twiz have me fired up? What the fuck are you talking about? Crack? Hey, Willie, I hate hearing Brian Entin's voice. I know, it's so like I'm so sorry for you guys. And it's like, bro, fucking grow a set and ask the tough question. Why is it so tough? Why is it so hard to ask the question that we all want to hear? Huh? Because both of them need to keep that relationship with each other to keep the money flowing. That's why. I don't make enough to give a fuck. That's why I'm a menace. You know what I mean? It's cool. But I love the emails I get of people that are actually appreciative, and they're like, yo, I've been looking for a channel that, will put out something that is actually factual and some truth. And that makes me, still want to proceed and put out lives and give my opinion and try to get people on with the truth. Because listen, if Saba's mom comes on, it's gonna be a completely different format than it was with Mike. I can't risk people, disrespecting somebody that I am very close with, Like, I've been over her house 1,000 times. She'll tell you. Unless I'm lying about that too. Closed. Who is this closed person? I'm curious now. Have I never seen this person? Like, what's the name? What's the full name? Hit the link. Hit the link and tell me who told you, or who went and saw Brian and visited Brian in Idaho and showed him my picture. Did they have my name too, at least? Or were they just like, do you know this person? After how many years would it be? 15 years of not seeing. Like, what picture did you show him? Me with facial hair? No, he's not going to fucking know me. I didn't have facial hair, in high school. So, relax. That was funny. You're still mad about the Twiz thing. I wasn't mad at it. I was asking Twiz, like, why are you tripping that fucking... I said that he might have took a plea because, they threatened his, to, I don't know, charge his dad with an accessory because they drove across the country together. What? Who's anybody to tell me that's not a possibility? Nobody, because we don't fucking know. So it's just funny how some people act like they have these sources that like are so secretive, but they can't tell you or show you any receipts because, it's all so secret. Where I'm here not giving a flying fuck, physically bringing people on. So I don't want to hear any excuses of why people can't show receipts. It's bullshit. Right there's my email too. You want it? There it is. I got nothing to hide, sweetheart. I don't know if it's a guy, girl, I don't care. I love this because the truth pisses people off. And I love exposing that. Like I said, I love showing people that they are what the fuck they hate. Talk about other people, but yet you act the same. Stop. But anyway, getting back to the interview. Steve needs to stop. Their lawyer needs to tell them, listen, you need to stop going on MSM or anything. I'll talk about Twiz. I'll talk about whoever I want, Wicca. So I'm not starting nothing up. I'm just telling you what happened. So don't tell me what to say or who to talk about on my channel. I don't know what that is. But anyway, yeah. The G's need to stop. Stop going to MSM. Stop talking to Daniel. Stop talking to JLR. Who else? Yeah, I don't know. It's Drunk Turkey Show was their main sort. Well, I don't know if they still talk or have that relationship or whatever, but Daniel would get all his knowledge from them, and then they would get their knowledge from somebody in law enforcement. That was a shit show. Now we have Brian Entin. Oh, my bad. Just why I don't like chat. No, fucking Twiz did piss me off, man. Because, like I said, who's anybody to say, like, why Brian took this plea? We don't know. So if anybody says anything, it's an opinion, right? Right. So why is anybody getting upset at anybody? Is my whole question. Who am I to get upset at anybody at something that I can't fucking prove? And I'm seeing it so much, and it's sad that it's on this side of the spectrum and not on the guilty side of the spectrum. I mean, it's happening there too, but it's happening so much here. It's like, I thought we all want justice, no matter who it is. That's what I want. These kids who are dead, who can't speak for themselves. And this is why I believe if, Kaylee could send a message back home, she'd say, stop going on MSM. Stop talking. Let this play out. We have MSM. As much as I hate MSM, as much as MSM, unfortunately, is the reason some stuff goes viral. We've been talking about what MSM is talking about now for what? I can't tell you how many months, a year, however long it's been now. We've been saying there's multiple perps, screaming, multiple perps, multiple fucking people, multiple weapons, multiple everything. And they've been silent as a mouse talking about, I don't know what bullshit, Epstein files, ICE, this, that, and the third, worrying about that. Now all of a sudden, there's multiple perps in Idaho 4 case. Where the fuck have you guys been? That's what I mean. And that's why I don't slight anybody for thinking that, WMW. I don't know. All I know is the crime didn't happen the way they're saying. So they lied to us. So I can't trust anything they say. Now, is it a possibility that Brian was involved? Yes, but he didn't get in his car. And at the same time, somebody had to have been driving his car in the area that Cy is finding his car moving. So it takes a little bit of finagling for Brian to be there while his car is moving elsewhere, if that's the case. That's if that's the case. But anything is a possibility, right? Anything is possible until it is proven otherwise. So I didn't know Brian got an inheritance. Did anybody hear? I didn't know. He got an $80,000 inheritance, but it would make sense why Brian didn't have to work and he was able to do so much heroin. Okay, and that's new knowledge that I found out when Mike said it to us, because again, I didn't prep shit. I didn't ask him questions beforehand. You see, I didn't tell him nothing about the case beforehand because I wanted it all raw. He is the product of MSM. And that's what people should have took it as. And that's what I said in my last live. He's the product of MSM, which is not his fault. Because if I didn't find YouTube Live, guess what? I'd be the product of MSM right now. I'd be him. I just got lucky. I saw T-Rev's channel and I was like, what is this live shit? People calling in. And I'm like, what the fuck are these people talking about? And I called in and I'm like, well, here's the actual truth on that matter. And then, but then at that point, I was like, maybe he snapped. So the guilty party loved me until the PCA came out. And I was like, yeah, no. This is not how it happened. He's not that guy. How do you get an inheritance? I need that. Somebody dying? Somebody leaving it to you? I mean, how do you get an inheritance? Anybody can leave anything to anybody, to be honest with you. My neighbor can leave all his shit to me. That was the worst, right? And then all the clickbait titles, like, that's what I mean. Like, I've been in chat way more than I've had my channel. So, like, I've been where everybody's at. I just recently, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever, I started, going live. So, like, I watched all these channels that are just clickbait and bullshit and yada, yada, yada. And I wasn't going live until I can provide some kind of value, which was Rich coming up. And Rich came up. Rich told his account of Brian. Everybody was happy with Rich's account. Mike came up. Mike told his side. Some people didn't like, what Mike said, but so what? Right? There's still there's truth in all that. It's still solid facts of people that encountered Brian in his days of, and along with this, I know Brian cut Rich and Mike off in 2014, but I found out that Brian didn't cut everybody off because in 2018, he was friends with somebody and he was smoking a ganja, which is fine. Okay, there's no problem in smoking weed. So in 2018, right, Brian smoking bud, getting bud from his dealer. I guess he was friends with his dealer. And, this friend of his, he sat down and explained to him that he found out that he had autism. And it was something that Brian, I'm sure it was a big thing for him to tell, that person and sit that person down. But yeah, so in 2018, this person, said, they watched it live, and luckily they didn't, I don't know if they had chat open or not, but they said that they would come up anytime and just talk about, that little time that they knew Brian in 2018 when he said that they were really, really close on Snapchat. Like they would Snapchat constantly. So, which that tells me Brian was a big Snapchatter. I used to have Snapchat, but never really got into like just sending pictures to people and stuff. But some people really like it. But yeah, so they would like Snapchat all the time, and so that was 2018. So that's about 4 years before they're saying all this happened. So I'm getting closer, right? We're getting closer to the time that this happened, because I just want to know, like, is it even possible that he would have? No. Because even Mike, through everything he said, was yelling. He's not a psychopath. Mike was yelling. There's no way he did this alone, right? But the PCA says he did. The judge says he did. The prosecution says he did. Brian's in jail because they said he agreed that that he was the only one that did it. But physically, and the evidence is showing otherwise. So I just don't know why that spooks the Goncalves family so much, where they have to run back on MSM and start this whole media fucking tour again. Like, are we going to get another GoFundMe? Because they made a comment, people just want to make money off my dead child. And I'm thinking in my head, how many fucking GoFundMes have you guys made? 10? A GoFundMe for housing, and then the trial didn't even happen? I don't care if you gave back 30, 40%. That's still 60% of 100 grand, 150 grand, whatever you got. Y'all made the most money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the most money. So to come on and say, oh, these people are taking these crime scene photos and going over them and actually studying them, and I can't believe it. Why? Like, again, I'd want everybody to pay if somebody harmed my daughter. And that is what angers me the most, and why I have an opinion on this, because, my daughter is an only child and she's all I have. So I would do everything it took to get to the bottom of of who was involved, whether they knew about it, texted about it, took a picture of something. I don't care. Everybody's going to pay. All relationships, everybody I thought that, I could trust, everything goes right out the window. The only thing that matters, the only thing that would matter in my life, of my being, would be to get justice for my daughter. And that's not what I'm seeing on the television right now with the interview today. Can anybody else agree? At least? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, nothing. I've been looking down and just ranting. What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All levels good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a treat, huh?
It was, eh? I mean, every time he talks, we get a treat. And today was just amazing.
I was pissed today. I was pissed.
Right?
Because I don't like anyone that calls people white trash or trailer trash.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah. Like,
we're bottom feeders because we want to.
Called them names. I've never gone on their channel and called them names at all. I don't know anyone that does that.
Amen.
It's ridiculous. And
amen.
Probably a lot of people that donated to them are in that category with us as well. Then, I mean, how elite do you think you are?
That's what I mean. To say that people are making money off my daughters. You guys had GoFundMes for like housing when you guys are millionaires.
Well, what do you think Nancy Grace and freaking Brian Entin and all these other people are doing. They're making money. You're they're making money off of them.
That's what I mean. And like, and think about how many like I can't crack 3K right on the thing I did with Mike. Yeah, Brian Entin with the family. I don't know what it's at. Probably 200,000 views. You know how much money Brian Entin's making? Why didn't they bitch at Brian Entin for making the money on the interview that he's doing with them?
Exactly. And you know that if the coworker started being all sweet to him or whatever, so interview them in a second. He would just be like, "Oh, sorry, you got to go talk to Mel." It's so fake. It's so fake. They're all really disappointing.
Yeah, I can turn her up. Hold on, let me turn you up.
I can move it more too if I need to.
Automatically. Okay, let me try to do it on my end. See if, all right, say something.
Check 1, check 2.
Oh, you sound really good now. You sound like you're ready to rap. Yeah, I still can't believe he did a little freestyle at the end there. Huh?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He got deep in that shit too at the end. He was looking at the camera like, I was like, damn, Mike.
He looked like 12 years old though. I was like,
I know that Mike's always looked. Wow. I know that's why, like, you know, Mike, like, you don't understand how. Like me and Mike hung out almost every day because Mike was always around, and the reason why is because if anybody picked on Mike because of his size, I fucking beat their ass because Mike always looked young as hell, and everybody would give him shit for it, and he was a rapper, and you know people would say stuff, and I'd be like, yo, shut your mouth, like pick on me.
I'd probably teased him like for saying he was a rapper when I first would see him because I'd be like, okay, come on,
it would happen all the time, but I mean, I called him. I don't know, maybe like, I don't know how many years ago, but I was like, dude, I believe in you, man. Like, fuck everybody else. Keep doing what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. And now he wound up, listen, just a mere fact that he opened for Tech Nine and I listened to Tech Nine, like, that's so cool to me. Just in that alone. Then I go to his page and that song Addict that he has, the music video is fantastically done, and that's about, if you listen to the lyrics, that's about Saba and his ex that overdosed, but it's mostly about Saba, and that's the person that's overdosing in the video, and it's a really, really good video and well done song and everything. So like, you know, I'm proud of him for what he's done and shit, but like back then, like nobody believed in him because it was crazy, because they're like, oh, he's a little white boy. So what?
Yeah, you already have one little.
So that's why he's so passionate, and that's why he's so passionate and takes stuff. He might, jump off sometimes because he's had to go through it his whole life.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anybody. That's the thing. Everybody's so quick to just judge, and you don't know what that person's been through, or
Oh yeah.
They've been hurt, or
there's so many people that have been through a lot in our lives, and maybe we don't all talk about it all the time, but we can relate. And that's the thing, like you won't find me just attacking people for no reason. And I don't ever think, like I know now I own a home and things, but I have lived in a trailer and I freaking loved my trailer because I didn't have a neighbor next door. I was on like 50 acres, but that does not.
Everybody's a human being.
Person. Like I don't care if you live in a hotel or if you're homeless in a cardboard box.
Yeah, like I used to live like I lived outside of really outside of Philly because Philly scares the shit out of me. But I had an appointment one time near Kensington. And I'll tell you what, like, you drive down and you see, and yes, it sickens you, but then you begin to understand that these are people's, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, and they're sitting there, with humpbacks and looking like zombies, and
backs are broken. They like bend in half. Like I don't even. It's insane to watch that. Like,
but everybody's a human being, like you're saying, and that's what.
You're not better than anybody, like we can be different, but nobody is better.
I'm just concerned on, what.
That's how they were acting. I'm sorry, that pissed me off today.
Yeah, and that's why I'm concerned about what their motive was today.
They just were going off. Like they liked you because Steve thinks everything is like a damn football game. Like he
really
feels like team G, you know, like
well, he feels like it's a yeah, exactly. Like it's them versus us when we're on we're on the same team here.
I know, that's what I don't get. I'm like,
but maybe not,
how do
and
you
that's
not
why
see that we are here? I've been here for 3 freaking years because of your child and these other kids and Brian. Because you know what? I don't want somebody to be put in prison for the rest of their life if they didn't do this, because that means the other person or the real person or the accomplices are still freaking out there, and I'm not okay with that. Because I don't like having to always keep one eye open, even though I do.
So I'm trying to understand as a dad who lost their child, how I would be okay with that, with that monster or potentially monsters still walking free.
Yeah, I don't understand where his like loyalty to the MPD comes from.
Damn right, Tom.
You know, like, why is he giving a pass to them for everything? You know, like, oh, they may have made a mistake. Yeah, and they may have purposely done some shit too, you know, like.
Yeah, and then the way that they were talking, oh, we love Ann Taylor. Oh, we love Ann Taylor. Like, oh, I was
they don't love
sick. That's sick of me. Yes, they do.
They
that's
do
why I
not.
don't. That's what the reason they like Ann Taylor is the reason I don't like Ann Taylor. And I know it pisses so many people off because so many people love Ann because they just can't get off the fucking Ann train for some reason. But I'm sorry. Like, a public defender is a public defender. And I love the fact, I was in some channel. I forgot. Fuck, I don't want to say the wrong name. Bronx Tales. Is that the name of the channel? Yeah. And she was playing the you know, the thing with Mike and stuff. But she said herself at one point that that any fucking paid attorney would have been is better than a public defender and could have potentially took this to trial. And I was so glad when she said that, because so many people argue with me on that. And like, I'm telling you, I've been there. I've had a public defender who everybody said was great, you know, to use, and when I was in there and stuff. But then you get that paid attorney, and the paid attorney don't give a shit about everybody in the system, because they don't have to pass them every day at the mall or the grocery store or the gas station or wherever the hell everybody goes in that town. So, you know, when the court's getting threats that the courthouse is going to be burned down. And Matt, you know, I'm sure Ann Taylor's getting some threats, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was. I thought that was like common knowledge that Ann had received threats, that the attorneys had received threats, that Brian's parents had received threats, and Annie Peterson had been threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, Annie took down like her whole channel, right? At one point or something. I don't know if she's still alive or
she's like gone, like not on.
And that's because of threats.
I'm pretty damn sure it was.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Why do people have to act like this? I can barely send an email, and like people are just all day on fucking. I hear like Discord and this and that. I got none of it, and I got no fucking urge to even download none of it because it just sounds like hell, right? I love my little bubble.
I do, but I mean, I have Discord. I don't go on it that often.
I'm just saying, it just seems like,
I'm not familiar with it as much, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I had been so sick before, like, you know, that I just see things as like, you don't have, life isn't guaranteed, you know, and there's no reason.
I'm just confused why we're on the same side with, you know, the G family, and they're making this out to be the enemy. I'm very concerned with that. Because I'm telling you right now, if they reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, we would like the truth just as much as you," and yada, yada, but that would never happen because I don't feel like they actually want the. They admitted tonight that they don't want the truth to be out, right?
I think they
Steve said himself
showed their true feelings about.
He said, "Why should we be able to see the actual evidence?"
Yeah, he thinks that because he took a plea, it doesn't matter anymore. And I absolutely disagree with that, because There are convicted people that pled guilty to murder that have been exonerated at the rate of like 15%. That's not a small amount. That is, we're talking, I have some facts around here somewhere. Oh, let's see. Oh, yes. 15% of the 1,700 known exonerees, people to be exonerated, completely proven not guilty of their crime that they pled guilty to. 15%. That's 261 people. That's 261 too many.
Yeah, exactly. Our system is 100% broken. Like, don't get me wrong.
Because look at who's on juries. Dude, I'm on jury duty 3 months every single year.
Just the fact that they would allow
me. They never put me on a jury. Never.
Yeah, but just the fact that they would allow somebody like me to be on a jury is wild. You know what I mean? Like,
wild. It's supposed to be your peers.
I know. I mean, now the fact I'm just saying now the fact that I know
they pre-screen you. Okay, they send you this shit in the mail, and they're like,
"Oh, I know. I've been to one, and I told them that I was a felon, but I wasn't a felon. I just wanted to leave."
Yeah. Have you ever known anyone who's been convicted of a felony? I said, I'm going to need another page because I know a lot of people. And
I'll tell you exactly what I did. I went to the front and I said, "I don't care whether this guy did it or not. I'm saying he's not guilty." And they said, "Get out." Oh, that's all you have to do. I learned the loophole.
Yeah, I know. You're like my husband.
I said, I'm
like
biased.
I wanted to do it because I want to be that damn, Pauly Shore. I am the jury.
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle. This whole system is rigged.
Yeah. I just want to give somebody like an actual chance that like
Rick
I feel
James.
people I know haven't gotten, like it's so bad. But yeah.
I watched Rick James say, "I'm Rick James, bitch," an unhealthy amount of times today. Nothing.
It's not unhealthy because it made you laugh, and that's good.
Every time, the way he delivers "bitch" when he's on stage is the greatest moment ever. And for the girl backstage, okay, I'm Rick James. Bitch. I was like, what the fuck?
I like when he said, darkness, brothers.
And the fact that he got a standing ovation after saying it today, they'd be like, oh my God. Like, and he got a standing ovation. But anyway, getting back to the G's. I'm just, again, dumbfounded at the fact that, if an investigation's open back up into other people, then you should be worried about MSM. You should be worried about asking law enforcement questions on who you guys looking at. Like, where were you? Get the full justice your child deserves. Why is this? Am I losing my fucking mind?
No, you're not. I don't know.
I feel like I am.
I don't know if it's because they have their eyes set on this shit now. They want to make laws. They want to restrict things. They think. And I know, and I feel that they are still grieving. Okay, I'm not. I understand that. I'm a mom. I understand. Okay, but
how many
you have to think bigger than yourself when you go and you try to change laws, because it's more than just you and you alone. If you try to say that you can't have access to records, like if you try to stop and say I want to keep this private, okay, well then what happens if your daughter happened to be married? Does her husband get to decide whether her stuff is allowed to be seen by the public or not? And can he keep it from you? And then what if they have kids? Are the kids now going to have input? I mean, they're trying to open this big freaking can of worms. And the whole point is the only way that you can stop people from ever being corrupt in justice is if everything is able to be viewed by everyone.
The whole thing needs to be nuked and built from the ground up. That's the only way, because everybody's so embedded already that there's no way to change it.
Well, I think that it is that we need to continue to look into these.
You know how I know? Because Dan Bongino and Kash Patel both had podcasts, and they were like, "Oh my God, if we ever got our hands on the FBI, we would show everything." And they get in there, and nothing happened. So,
well, I think
I'm just saying, there's a lot of bigger entities that we don't know about.
those people are concerned about lobbyists.
Good night, Skull.
Lobbyists that they, we owe a favor to this person, we owe a favor to that person, we got to keep this person happy.
Mm-hmm.
We need people that aren't influenced by that. Lobbyists should not be allowed.
Why? Well, I was talking to Annie about this earlier.
Understand that. Like bribery.
The feds, right? Think about this in this case. Mm-hmm. Now, they provided the tip, and LE decided to run with the tip, or ISP, or whoever the hell, MBD, one of them fucking ran with it, and they ran with the tip. Now, the FBI should have no, I guess, corrupt connection to this case to not doing a full investigation into the police department like they did in Canton. Why can't they do that here?
That's a good question.
All they do is provide a tip, right?
I don't think that's all they did, but.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sure they helped over in the Karen Reed case, but at one point they stopped and said, whoa, during our investigation, we found that Karen Reed's car wasn't able to strike John, so we're going to, something's up here. Why can't that happen here? Why can't they do the same thing and be like, yeah, multiple people were definitely involved. We're looking at you guys. That's what should happen. Where were the blue shirts up and down the street for Brian Koberger during, all this going on? But yet Karen got a whole freaking army of people in pink shirts and this and free Karen Reed and yada yada. Where was the free Brian Koberger?
Karen's hot. Karen is hot.
There you go. There you go. And that's the same fucking reason Dylan and Bethany are walking free.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Listen, you said it, and I'm just saying you can throw them into the bunch too, and I think something's going to happen to Dylan soon, and I think that's why her GoFundMe got paused. Think about it. All of a sudden, MSM's talking about multiple perps. All of a sudden, we have the G family on TV. All of a sudden, we have her GoFundMe being shut down. Are you seeing what's going on? Are you seeing the pattern? Something's coming.
I'm hoping that
just wait.
Those timing advanced records are going to be produced, and that would be withholding direct evidence.
Oh, I'd be under the jail.
Would be a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the probable cause was never really met. And if we could go back and revisit that with a judge that had their eyes open a little more and wasn't being such a freaking jerk.
Yeah. At least Delphi had a trial.
Yeah. Brian, there's all kinds of issues. There's issues with the collection of the evidence. I mean, it's ridiculous. They were not
everything. That's
why walking around in the damn parking lot in the mud and then go in the house.
Yeah. And that's why even if I did do this,
truck. Okay,
exactly. Brian, but that's why even if I did do this,
in the damn truck.
Yeah, but you just said the amount of stuff of how they fucked this up, they fucked that up. Even if I did do this crime, I wouldn't plead guilty and I'd take it to trial, which tells me that he had to have taken this plea to get it to another court because Hitler was corrupt as shit.
I don't think so. Okay, you knew Brian's mom. Okay, you said she's a sweet, kind lady. She worked at the school, right? You're aware that she wrote the newspaper when Ted Bundy was going to be executed, and she wrote a article all about how she was opposed to the death penalty, and it was
which some people are.
Okay, right. Well, so
everybody in the UK is
so we know that his mother is so against the death penalty that she was moved to write, and take her time to do that. Okay,
that's a good point.
Now imagine that that's your mom and that is your best friend.
We'll see, Meg.
You talk to mom every day. They said for like hours. Okay, so they're close. So what if your mom, her worst fear in the whole world is to see her only son be put to death for something he didn't do?
But if Brian knew that, hold on a second, hold on, because I have to play devil's advocate. If Brian knew that his mom, because him and his mom are close, right? And Brian knew that and Brian studied this shit, so Brian knew that his mother, obviously, his mother had some kind of interest in true crime and criminology or something to, like you said, for her to write. Him knowing that, why would Brian cross a state line and do a crime in a state he knows he's going to get the death penalty in, and it's going to ruin his mother?
I don't think that Brian would have the balls, no offense, but
You know what I mean?
He has the balls to go in first time only.
And not know how many people are in there.
And you're just going to go in there with a knife against.
And he has no intel.
6 to 20 people could be in that house for all you know.
Exactly. He has no intel.
Yeah. And you're going to feel confident to do that. I mean, it's already scary to go in to be like, I'm going to steal something.
But here's the thing, though. If anybody picks up
a dog and a bunch of people,
but how does he know? But even a baseball bat, if somebody picks up a baseball bat, you're at a dispvantage. Exactly. I play baseball, right? So if somebody comes at me with a K-bar and I have a baseball bat, I will take their head off before they hit me with the knife.
Yeah, you're going to have a broken arm and you're not going to be holding on to that knife very long.
And you're not going to be taking a selfie the next day, is my point.
Without a scratch.
So nobody, you feel me?
I'm telling you, I don't think that one person did this. And I don't
Bethany's hearing a gunshot. Bethany's hearing a gunshot. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What happened?
No. I don't put much value in what those two had to say.
No, but I'm saying I think we're on our way to see something explode here because of like just how everything's falling into place here. We have again the G family coming out. Again, we have
what I don't get is like, okay, if you showed me tomorrow something that made me be like, oh, okay. There's Brian getting out of his car, walking into the house. Okay.
Thank you.
I'd be happy. I'd be freaking relieved because I would know we got the person. And I don't understand why they feel so threatened to like actually take the time to look at what we're saying. And because I would want to know for sure. I would have to know for sure if it was my kid. Okay. I would have to know everybody that even.
But here's the thing. Here's the problem. His dad's wandering around CVS telling strangers that his son's innocent after his son took a plea deal, which tells me that, Brian didn't sit down with his parents and tell them like, I did this. Right?
You know what? I really don't care if kids do talk to their parents. I mean, that
he does. I mean,
that's so horrible though. And I mean,
his dad cared about him so much he flew across the country and drove back with him in a car all the way across the country. My pops wouldn't do that. Might be like, I gotta work
together. I think too. Like that's.
I'm just saying that's a close bond. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a close bond. So, I don't know if that happened, what you're saying, or if they threatened to charge his dad with, for,
I think that's a possibility because they hinted around that, like trying, and they've said little shitty comments like that about like, they thought, oh, well, we know when he booked his flight. Like they have insinuated, and they were trying to insinuate that he and that his mom would have been helping him and sending him articles or whatever. It's like he would have been talking to his mom about it. I mean, you would talk to your kid about a quadruple homicide that was within 10 miles of them. You would. It's just ridiculous that they're trying to insinuate.
Here's the thing. You wouldn't though, because he'd be so scared to tell his parents that he just murdered. There's no fucking way he's just going to be like, Mom, I murdered 4 people. He sent a selfie to her with a thumbs up the next day, saying he was probably going to church. I don't know what the hell he was doing, right? But there was not a mark on him.
That Asian girl was, I forget her name. That's why I'm sorry. That's why I'm referring to her that way. But she really was into Brian, wanted to be his girlfriend. She said that. Those were her words.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm going to stick with my studies and stuff right now. Okay. That's not what an insult
That's
is.
right.
That's not an angry person that's rejecting.
Listen, I like being alone. I know how to be alone and not be lonely. Some people don't know how to be alone and not be, so they always need somebody, right? Yeah. Once you learn to be alone and not be lonely, it's fantastic. Where you don't have to put up with like other people's shit, and you can choose when to put up with other people's shit.
It's actually freeing too, I think.
Oh, it's fantastic. What's up, Dago? Shit, I have open. I even posted. I'm so bad at this, but I'm getting there. Just
I'll tell you though, like
buckle with me.
I know that they're frustrated, but I don't understand. They need to chill. They need to sit down and hear because they
Their
believe
lawyer needs to do his job.
they're piss poor. They're piss poor at selecting.
What's his lawyer's name? The guy with the girl's name? What's his name? He has like a woman's name.
Girl's name.
Yeah,
Shannon.
Shannon, yeah.
Shannon.
Name your kid Shannon. I'm gonna name my son Shannon.
I actually knew a badass.
That's like a boy named Sue. And a boy named Sue.
I knew a boy named Shannon.
What's up, Dago?
Yes.
What's up, you little fucker?
Hey.
Twiz?
How you gonna have an open channel without having a link posted, bro?
Because sometimes I smoke too much.
Oh, wait, say that one more time.
Sometimes I smoke too much.
One more time for the people in the back.
Sometimes I smoke a little too much.
Okay.
But it never makes me angry to like harm anybody. So weed over alcohol all day.
That's probably good. What's up,
Shannon Gray? Yes, thank you, chat. You're so
happy.
Sweet.
I can see your forehead. Do you want your camera on or off?
RJ.
It's up to you. You don't care? All right, let's do it. What's up, Happy?
Hello.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for having me up. I've been meaning to come up like I did once before many times, but I'm usually driving or doing something, and I'm just glad I caught your live.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming up. This is nice.
Are you driving right now?
No, I don't. No, I am outside. I'm in the car.
I was gonna say you're in a car.
Is she? I thought she was laying down. I thought it was a pillow.
It looks like she's in the car. I can see the steering wheel.
Oh yeah, as long as you're not driving. Yeah, I don't want you to harm yourself.
That's nice to finally meet you, Happy.
Thank you. Same here, Dago. I would never do that. If I ever got in an accident or hurt someone, I don't even text while I'm driving. Actually, I pull over.
I did too.
Really?
Are you? Do you hear background talking?
No. You just sound like you're in a car, but you sound fine.
Okay, it's like I'm hearing chatter. Like.
Well, it's probably on your it's probably on your end because you might have YouTube open, or
are we coming? Should I close YouTube?
Yeah, because you're up on here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Dago, you're not resting. Dago never rests. Dago doesn't sleep, which is fine because we'll sleep when we're dead.
Oh, Dago is resting. He's sitting there.
I will be sleeping tonight because this was a lot for me today. But it's what it. Stay healthy, folks. Eat vitamin C. Don't get this shit. This is crappy this year. Bad.
I can't believe how long it's been lasting, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, this is like it's a little bit. It's like a super cold. It's I'll tell you right now, it's worse than COVID was for me. Oh shit, I said that aloud. Sorry.
I don't give a shit, dude. Fuck YouTube.
How are you, Fancy?
I am peachy. How are you?
I'm not peachy, but thank you.
Freezing here too.
I know you sounded pretty stuffy earlier. You need to get more sleep. But
are you taking anything?
Might as well talk.
These actually cleared my nose.
There you go.
Oh, those things are awesome.
You know what you should get? You ever hear of a fisherman's friend?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Those things are they're rough, but they work.
I don't care what. I was ready to stick a pressure washer up my nose. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
they come in like a tin, and they're really like they're really strong, but
I think I'm going to invest in this neti pot thing. Everybody's been telling me all day.
Neti pot.
I don't know anything to do with that.
You don't even need a neti pot. Just go get a cup and then fill it with warmish water and some salt and pour it down your nose.
No, what's the thing people use to water their flowers where it has the tip at the end?
Pour it in your nose.
That's what you do with the neti
watering
can.
Yeah, well,
YouTube how to use a neti pot and just use a cup.
Oh my God, neti pots. Oh,
I don't want
that, dude. I'm not gonna drown myself.
You don't drown yourself if you put it at the right angle. It just goes.
I would. My luck, I'd slip, and then the pot would go down my. Dude, no.
You guys are talking about me here. You guys have seen the shit that I do. I would drown myself. Come on now.
No, it's easy.
Like a quarter of a cup to be drowned.
I'm lucky I get out of bed. For fuck's sake, and get dressed. Neti pot.
I've tried the neti pot at least 4 times, and every angle, and it's bad. I've never. Yeah.
And I have a deviated septum, so I can never breathe. And like they had to stick a camera like all the way up down to my heart area. It felt like, and they were like, "Yeah, you're screwed." And I still won't use the goddamn neti pot. Fuck that.
Nutty pots are sweet.
That just scares me.
So anyway, how about those?
Anywho.
Willie, I had a question for you. I had several, and I can only think of one at this moment. But
you'll think of the other ones.
And so I am just really curious.
What's up?
I'd like to put you in a supposition. Okay.
Do it.
If you were in the, you'd been accused of something that you knew you didn't do.
Okay.
And you started getting threats about your daughter.
Yep. From who?
And, well, I don't think these people know who's threatening them.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? If somebody sends me a threat, like, it's different if somebody sends me a threat that, like, can actually come do something and then write a report saying that something happened a different way, rather than, like, a troll saying that they're going to come do something. You know what I mean? That's
okay,
like...
No. I'm not talking about a troll. So somehow, okay, so you walk, all of a sudden a boulder comes through your window, and there's a note attached to it saying either shut up, or your daughter is going to be hurt badly.
Yeah, well, then they got me.
Would you plead guilty?
Yes, and that's how I think they used his dad or mom.
That's what I think.
Here.
That's what I think.
No, exactly. And I mean, didn't Annie Peterson say that? And she also said that Ann Taylor had, and I guess other people knew this, had armed bodyguards leading up to the trial because she was threatened and her twin daughters were threatened.
Oh, that's...
I'll do life in jail all day to make sure my daughter...
Don't you know a little bit about that, Twiz?
Yeah.
I was going to say...
He did need 24/7 security. His parents needed 24/7 security.
Luckily, the security in the...
I don't know how threatened they were, but that's what was said.
Well, the good thing is there's armed... I mean, you saw that one video I played with when they pulled over the one guy in the neighborhood. Luckily, there's a lot of cameras in that neighborhood, and there's security guards driving around. So, maybe his parents were a little more protected than Ann. But the fact that they wrote on those 300 applications whenever they asked the public about what they would, and one of them were like, "We're going to burn the courthouse down if you find him innocent." Like, what the hell?
Yeah, they said they would storm the courthouse, break him out, like with pictures.
Yeah, so what are people saying, like, not on these surveys? Like, Jesus. So yeah, I can agree. That's why I said I want a paid attorney from out of state who doesn't give a shit about.
What if you didn't have the money?
But that's why you leverage the public.
It doesn't always work well, though. Like, I went through...
what do you mean? If I would be on the phone with my mom and my mom's going to say, well, they're talking about you in the news. And I'm going to say, well, are there people that think I'm innocent? She says, yeah, there's a whole community of people that think you're innocent. There's actually Facebook pages of people that think you're innocent. I'm going to say, well, start something up. But if I'm okay and complacent with my public defender, I'm not going to do that.
You see how they're acting.
How much money do you think you have to pay your attorney to make Hitler not be a biased?
I went through this, so I can talk about this. I had a public defender, and I was looking at like time, and then I switched to a paid attorney. And for me, I'm just sorry, I can only speak from my experience. For me, my experience going through the system and having a public defender and then a paid attorney was night and day. That's all I can speak on.
One of the highest dollar attorneys in from the big city down to a smaller town, and it was not good.
Yeah.
She straight up said they decided this before you ever walked in.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure people that people that've been here a while that know I was doxxed and stuff. I'm sure there's people that have looked up my name, and like you can look up even if you just Google my name. Like my shit pops up on like 15 different articles because they blew my shit out of proportion. But because of how they blew it up, they were trying to make an example out of me. And if I was stuck with a public defender, I'm telling you right now, they gave me $25,000 straight bail, no 10%. My first time ever in trouble. $25,000 straight bail for having my firearm that was legally mine. I legally bought from Cabela's. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Cabela's, but legally bought, trying to legally open carry, walking into a courthouse and letting them know that I have my firearm and I would like you to hold on to it until I leave the courthouse because they have to seize it.
Right.
And instead they come up and considered it concealed and arrest me. And my whole life turns on its head.
Before you even got to the metal detector?
Before I went in, I was asking for a name tag and asking him to call down to let him know that I have a firearm to seize it, because I don't like leaving my firearm in the car. Because somebody steals your gun and commits a crime, it's on you. So I'd rather take the chance of, going in there and having it seized. But instead they said that it was concealed. And I'm like, what do you mean it's concealed? You can see it. I'm telling you I have it, for fuck's sake. But nope. And then they found a little bit of marijuana in my wallet. I think I had like 2 of my Xanax on me because I take anxiety medication. And then boom, gun and drugs.
So did somebody
taken an open beer with you too, and you'd have had the whole thing.
Yeah. So they were trying to make an example out of me. I was sent to the suicide hole for a week. I told this story before about being in there. But anyway, $25,000 straight bail. My first time ever in jail. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't know now I know what to do. I always keep something on me with, it's a little piece of paper I keep with numbers and stuff that I would need in case anything ever happens.
I expect everybody to know
that's a good idea.
When you're listen, if you're put in jail and you don't know you don't know what to do. And unless they tell you can call somebody,
they don't tell you either.
You're just sitting there. Yeah, they don't tell you what to do.
I don't know anybody's number anymore because I use my phone.
That's the problem. There you go. So you're sitting in there, and the only way you can get out is if somebody on the outside helps you. You can't bail yourself out.
Oh.
Right?
So did somebody not like you that you know of that had influence?
It was because it was the police. It was the courthouse. It was literally like the Bethlehem City Police.
Well, sometimes they just make up their mind.
I thought you were going to trial for some or to court.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they arrested me at the courthouse, took me to jail, and then I sat in jail for a month until I figured out how to bail out. And
a month?
A month. A little over a month I was in there, and then I had a public defender, and then I was able to get out and get my money and get a paid attorney, and then stuff started moving. Like my public defender didn't come in try to get me. Yeah, my public defender didn't try to get me 10% bail. They didn't do shit. They did nothing. So I went through it. Right. I don't speak on stuff unless that's why I'm so passionate when I talk about certain things, because I went through this shit and my public defender did nothing for me for
a do
month.
Recommend a lot of plea bargains too.
Right. I'm in suicide watch. Me, you guys, it's me. Right. And people, the crazy people are talking to me like, why are you in here? I'm like, I don't know. Right.
I might be if I was.
I was in the Latah County Jail.
Yeah, exactly. What good? You were?
I was in the Latah County Jail.
It's not even open anymore.
I first went to Moscow, Idaho.
Oh my God.
And I had my dog, and I came out west from Maine with somebody. And it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. My parents were pissed off that I had 1 year left of college and I wanted to go out west. And I was really low on money. And so I went into a Safeway store to buy something. And this is the stupidest thing. I looked down and see bologna. And I thought, oh, this would be good for Brandy, my Irish setter. And I stick it in my pocket. And I pay for whatever binky shit I got. I get to the door. A hand clasps me from behind. And this is in the 70s. And there were no cameras, right? And this man's voice said, could you kindly hand over the package of bologna you stole? Because you are now under arrest.
Nobody can squat me.
And they took me to jail.
For bologna?
Now wait a minute. Took me to jail.
Bologna.
The next day, I go in front of a judge, and he looks up at me. He calls me. I've never even had a traffic ticket. I'm 18.
Yep.
And he said, Ms. Letourneau, I see that you are here for shoplifting. And I'm like, yes. And he said, well, I want you to know from the very beginning, from the start, that anyone who comes before me on this charge spends time in the Latah County Jail. Now, knowing that, do you want an attorney? And believe it or not, I wasn't sure what an attorney was because we called them lawyers where I lived, right? And I go, well, sir, I'm not exactly sure what an attorney would do for me. And he said, obviously, in this case, not much. And so I said, well, I guess I don't want one. He slammed the gavel and said 14 days in the Lake County Jail.
Oh,
For
So-
making baloney.
for baloney, 50
For
cents.
Now,
Wait,
That-
did you
Now,
actually steal it?
No,
That's
you just
disgusting.
forgot it. You just forgot it was in your pocket. You weren't going to steal it, right?
no, I absolutely,
right?
Right.
absolutely.
That's even
You
worse.
know, I think I had like $20 left to my name or something. Anyway, a couple people behind me comes this sorority girl, all made up. She's got the heels on and everything. And they say whatever her name is, Lindy something. And she stole a 49-cent bottle of nail polish. Bam! 14 days in the Latah County Jail. Now,
Wow.
this jail was literally like out of a cowboy setting. It was this narrow brick building that looked like it was from a movie. They had no place for women, and so the two of us were put in a solitary confinement cell
I'll do
together
that protected.
with just a steel door and a little slit.
Oh boy.
And there were
How
two
many hours a
cots,
day?
24/7. 24/7.
No, they have to lay you out for at least
No,
30
they
minutes.
did not. We did not get out
Really?
at all. This is in 1972.
Oh, okay. So back in the day.
And so our cot, there were two cots with a shitty thin bare mattress and a green army blanket rolled up at the bottom.
Welcome, Mikey.
And it was
Yeah,
in
the blankets are disgusting.
Yeah, it was in September, and it was at least 90 degrees in there. So,
Oh, wow.
and the cots, the room was very narrow but very tall, and it had no windows. So eventually, we start taking our clothes off, and the two cots maybe have 1.5 feet between them, and both are up against opposite walls.
Mhm.
And finally, both of us laid down on the cot. And I love graffiti. And there was graffiti.
So you guys got
all over,
naked?
Bra and underwear,
Oh wow.
underpants.
Oh, wow.
And so the wall was covered with graffiti. And to this day, I can be in my body at that time. I turned my face toward the wall, which was literally 4 inches from my face. And there's a thing that said, Jamie Atkins was here, summer of '68, and here's my booga.
Oh my god.
And there was a greenish brown stain smeared
disgusting.
across the wall.
It's amazing, isn't
No
it?
shit.
that's wrong.
Unbelievable.
The first
And
night I was there,
later-
I saw a guy get cell extracted, and they shot him with a taser, and then they drug him out. And one of the guards got punched in his head, and he was bleeding from his forehead. And I didn't like this guard, and then he had to be out for a couple days. But then when he came back, like you turn into it. It's so weird how you turn into like a different person when you go in there. You have to like adapt to like the environment, and you really, some COs are mean, like really mean.
No, I think a lot of cool people get in there. I mean, are in the prison system as guards.
Yeah, but some aren't cool.
No,
Yeah.
Idaho is currently they're undergoing lots of investigations on their like
Jails?
SA, the prisons.
Uh-huh.
I actually found a YouTube channel of a guy that worked at the and where Brian is, and he
in Ada
had
County.
brought up all these allegations. Yeah, and there were, and he said it was like a culture that you would just learn to turn a blind eye to things that he knew were wrong in his heart, and so then he finally came and spoke out.
It's so
It made
sick
it so
how
miserable for him, and like made him lose his job and everything.
It's sick how these jails and stuff, they just write stuff off as accidents, or if something happens in a jail or whatever, they can just say anything happened to you.
Well, remember A.R. Hayes was in there, and he said it's labeled among prisoners as like the 3rd or 4th worst prison in the country to be in.
Yes.
Well, see now, if you look at the JPay dating stuff with the Idaho guys, like they have, it doesn't look bad. Like there's several, like they all seem like they're running around and hanging out together, and they got guitars and different stuff. So I don't know. Maybe there's parts that are worse than others.
Well, Latah County Jail is closed now, if I'm right. Isn't that right, Twiz?
Or no, it's a prison. I mean
I thought they had a new jail
too, so probably
County. That's what I meant.
They're building a new one somewhere.
Yeah, but I heard they closed the other one already, and that they're building the new one, and they're sending everybody else to
Nez Pierce.
Nez Pierce.
Yeah.
Because they just built a new one down in this Perth. Yeah.
Yeah,
and the saddest part about it is not only can I speak on the system screwing my life up, but I can. It's so sad too, right? I can also speak on the system lying on paper about how somebody died because my own daughter's mother hung herself in jail. So it's sick. It's
sorry.
sick. Right. You guys, I mean, I spoke about this. You guys know this. So, it's thank you for caring. But what they do is as soon as that happens, it's not let's worry about what happened and make things right. It's let's try to minimize the damage and PR and this, that, and the third. And you know what I mean? They had 0 female guards on duty the night this happened.
What?
And they had 1 male guard that lied 5 times on paper that she was asleep in her cell while the whole time she was hanging in the shower room.
And she was a previous risk, and they should have had extra staff watching her, and they didn't.
Yes. Wow. So the next morning, guess who found her? Do you think the COs found her? No. The prisoners are the ones that had to take her off of the hook in the shower room. So if she wasn't found by the not prisoners, by the inmates, then who knows what time she would have been found. That's how.
And of course, they didn't get in trouble for it, right?
Absolutely not. But then I took it upon myself to reach out because after the information came out, I realized I went to school with the CO that lied on paper. So I reached out to him without telling him who I was, and I got him to admit that he was that he was forced to lie about stuff, that he was overworked, yada yada yada. And I gave that to the attorney, and that won the civil case.
Oh, good for you!
Yeah, these people are sick. These people are sick.
The point is, it could have been highly avoided, and his daughter's mother would still have a mother right now.
That's what I'd give all the money back. I'd give all the money back to have the ability for my daughter to have some kind of relationship with her mother, whether she would have got clean or not. I don't know. There's so many stories of people that get clean and they wind up having a relationship with their kid again. That's stripped away from my daughter because they couldn't fucking do their job in the jail system and then lie about it. Right.
They shouldn't be able to have people in there if they can't guarantee that they are going to come out safe.
Thank you.
That's how I see it. Like, if you can't tell me that someone's not going to get assaulted, and
there's protocol. You're right. There's protocol. If somebody goes in and they've already been under suicide once, that means protocol automatically says you need to watch this.
And she was only in there for possession, so she would have got out in a couple of days, dude.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it would have been done over, and she'd have still been here.
So why am I taking the suicide watch for a week? And I never been to jail, but she wasn't taking the suicide watch, and she already has priors to trying to hurt herself.
There to keep you quiet
because of the withdrawal.
So sorry.
So I don't know if she hung herself because of the withdrawal or because of just where her life was at the point, but just the mere fact that they had no guards on duty is just disgusting.
And no women. You're supposed to have a woman. There was
no women or nothing. There was one guy. Why is there? Here's my question: why is there a guy in the women's unit walking around at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Does that make you wonder? Because I'll tell you, we know it's a fact that women are accosted in jail by guards all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what happened in what's going on in Letcher County, Kentucky right now.
Yeah.
That whole case, you guys, that's nuts.
And all this is public, so like like I said, you can go on and read about because they changed everything. Like the whole the jail came out and said that they're changing their whole screening system when people come, that they're changing everything because of what happened to my daughter's mother. But to me, that's pathetic. Why now are you worried about changing it? Why couldn't it just be correct?
Because it's when people get in trouble now. That's the only way. Yeah.
So again,
that's the way it always is. Bro.
So that's why I might sound passionate speaking on shit, but it's only because I went through it. That's it. That's the only reason.
No,
and think about now with all these private prisons for profit. They make profit by how many people are incarcerated.
Yeah, the calls, the food, the commissary. I mean, it is ridiculous. They charge families.
If you bring that up, Happy, sorry, Fancy.
No,
when you
no,
bring
you're
that up, so happy. That reminds me of something. In Ohio, we have like federally owned, the ones that are owned by the government, and then the ones that are privately owned. And I'm telling you, like, it's a huge difference. I mean, like, massive. The ones that are owned by the government are like, they're garbage.
They're shit.
They feed you like garbage. And
Soy. It's all soy.
The ones that are privately owned, though, they have like the one I know for a fact out here. They have a gourmet chef working in the kitchen. Cooking.
What?
I swear to God.
I mean that makes sense because look at Japan and like other countries and stuff. The food in the jails are immaculate. Like the Netherlands and some places, like
they have the private one has way more programs. They have baseball, football, soccer teams that they play on. They have all these extra programs. That they do all this stuff to help the inmates with reform and rehab.
There you go. And that's what they don't do in what 99% of
the federally owned ones. They don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, ladies.
Because they want you to come back, dude. It's because they want you to come back. When I left there, what a couple CEOs told me is, you'll be back. Once somebody comes, they always come back. I said, fuck you, I will not be back here. And I'm thinking, why would they even say that? Like, the goal is not to come back here, but they try to. But once you get trapped in the system, right? Once you get trapped in the system, it's very hard to like get out of it. And that's why when they put me on probation, I literally stopped smoking. I stopped smoking weed, everything, because I did not want to violate nothing. But
that's
it's
that's how you get life offenders off of people that are busted one time for like possession.
Exactly.
End up being life offenders because they keep rotating them through instead of rehabilitating them and offering them the options. They just keep going through because that money keeps coming. They get money for everybody.
Exactly. And like you know the people I were in there with, they couldn't believe it that I was in there for having my own legal firearm. They were like, I'm in here for having an AK-47 with scratch serial numbers. I'm like, oh, nice. You know, I'm trying to do the right thing here, and my whole life is stripped away. Like, because at that point you lose your job. At that point, you know, like Leah was in the womb, and I had to like hear over the phone in jail that they found a spot on her heart. Luckily, that you know it was just nothing. But you know, I was in jail while her mother was pregnant.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like the system really fucked me, and like that's why I don't trust the system. And then they also, you know, obviously screwed my daughter's mother, and it's like I don't know how much I could take. And now with this case, but I'm supposed to still trust, right? Everybody. How?
Well, I have learned so much about this law and the corruption of everything in the courts since this case. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has been 3 years, and of course, we have really good people in our groups that have a lot of knowledge. But the fact that, I mean, for me to just now learn that a judge chooses what can be presented to a jury,
wild.
Even if it's exculpatory toward the defendant, that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah, that and knowing the judge that they had in this case, it'll tell you everything it needs to tell you. Happy, right there. That's the answer.
It's like wow.
Not everybody gets it.
In my opinion, they weren't able to take this to trial because they would have had to admit to us on public television that they violated our rights.
There's no case.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's
right.
So,
Isn't that ironic though that they are now arguing for the privacy of their children? And when Brian tried to argue for the privacy of them going in that database, Hitler said, "You don't get to argue for someone else's privacy."
Wow!
And threw it out.
Can you say that again?
Remember when Brian?
Well, Hitler also hasn't said that they have to be their privacy has to be protected either.
Right. They're not even going to Hitler with that concern. I don't think. I think they were trying to go to the governor.
I just think it's really stupid how they're trying to be like, oh, we don't want pictures of our killed family members not being seen. Yeah. We're trying to make sure that the police aren't corrupt. This is bigger than your kids.
I know, and I know that they are having trouble seeing that. And
what about the other family members? Like, what about the other parents that lost their kids? They don't, the G family isn't the only family that lost their kids.
Yeah.
So why are they on there?
I know why are Kara and Ben not included?
I'm just saying. I would call Steve and I'd say, Steve, you are impeding on a possible. Why are you trying to get in the way on a possible investigation into more justice for my child? Because, what are you doing? I would call Steve if I was, I don't know, Ethan's dad or somebody's dad, and be like, "What are you doing, man?"
I have a hypothesis about Kara and it's Ben. Is that his name?
Tara.
Part of my belief is that this is definitely drug involved, and this suit, everybody's going to make millions if they win, which I don't think they will. But who has been involved with drug trafficking? Kara and Ben.
Well, and yeah, I know that it's them that would be the link, I guess, you know.
Like, no, I'm just saying. So like, yeah, so the G's and whatever, they don't want that to possibly taint what they're trying to present, because they are covering a lot. The G's.
I don't like it. I don't like a lot of what that lawsuit represents.
I want to know what he was referring to when he said something about Maddie being the target.
Yes, that she might be involved in that too.
That was confusing. I don't know what he was exactly saying.
I think sorry, go ahead, Happy. I didn't mean to talk over you.
Well, I was just going to say, so remember when Steve said Kaylee was a good girl. She was a conservative. She didn't do drugs. Everybody loved her, on and on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's been said by quite a few people that Kaylee did drugs, Ethan did drugs, Xana did drugs, and several, I think maybe Bethany and somebody else were saying Maddie did not do drugs.
Right.
So I'm thinking that maybe she spoke to somebody about something that helped to push along what happened.
Could be. And then, I agree with that. And then Steve, what he said there were two of them, and Maddie may have been one. Yes. My immediate thought goes to Xana and Maddie because of the timing advance records, and because we already have been talking about that for 3 years, you guys. Like,
I want to know why he feels so threatened by us.
Because he has been lying for 3 years. Come on. And insinuating that he has inside info, and I'm the alpha, and I'm the big guy and I've made a hell of a lot of money off this.
And he doesn't have control over it. If he doesn't have control,
exactly.
Steve is definitely that person to me. If he doesn't control it, he doesn't want it. Period.
Yeah. But that was crazy when he said that you know, other people are making so much money off his dead child, and then like, you know, they go, you know, they're over there, you know, with GoFundMe up the ass. What
do you guys,
dude?
That blew my mind. Dude, I went nuts, especially when you're sitting there telling nasty disgrace. Sorry, fans.
Yes, my question is.
Hold on. Dago's talking. Hold on. Dago's saying something real quick, because we're gonna have to go one at a time. I know we all want to. I know everybody. You know, it's a lot, but we gotta. You know.
I'll be real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. Like, it's all good.
He's saying that to somebody like Nancy Grace, that's $25 million net worth. Are you what? No. Everybody you've spoken to is getting a paycheck out of it. They make more than any of us. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How many views does Brian Entin have? I mean, how many views are on that interview right now? 200,000, 300,000?
There were, it was 88,000 earlier when I was looking at it.
Exactly. So, you know how much money Brian's going to make from that?
Not a damn cent.
How much did the G's
I mean,
get
Brian
paid?
Entin.
Oh, Brian Entin. Yeah.
So, but they're not mad at that. That's okay. That's okay.
How much do the G's get paid for giving the interviews?
Probably. You know, it's funny. It's a pot calling the kettle black. I think I said it right this time. Is they're probably going to get a cut off of how well that interview does.
But I'm pretty certain they also get paid to be on the show.
I'm sure there's a set fee, but I'm saying, like, say that goes viral.
No,
and
I agree with you.
5 million views. I'm sure Brian Entin would be like, here's, you know, I'm sure they have something figured out, which sick.
Oh, I was thinking of the Nancy disgrace.
Thank you for the $2. The motherfucking Whizzle. What
related to her?
What the fuck up? What's up, Maggie?
Pure trash.
Dude, the way he acted on that interview, it was better for them not to go up than whatever that was.
And what do you think of Howard Bloom and Laura, whatever her name is? now
I think these people should have got on the train a hell of a long time ago.
Agreeing with everything that we've said so far,
Thank you.
like
Yep.
it's being heard for the first time.
Exactly. Like it's because again, we are nothing. Like I was saying earlier, we are just a very small pebble in this very big lake of MSM. A small amount of people know the truth, and until MSM says it, unfortunately, most of the population doesn't listen.
And when is somebody going to say that? That's the thing. When's somebody going to point that out, Happy, what you just said? When is that going to happen? When they're going to go, hey, guys, they've been saying this for 3 years, and you're just now going to say, hey?
Do any of you believe that this case would be in the position that it's in now if it did not have all of us putting the feet to the fire and coming out with this stuff? Do you think that the questions would be flying around the world? I do not.
Not at all.
No, he'd have been sitting in prison. Nobody would have known who he was. And the story, he'd probably actually had the death penalty. That'd have probably been, that'd have been
done. If this case made sense, none of us would be here. Up here in chat, none of us.
Yeah,
none of us.
It's not fun to be a pro burger or.
I mean, I don't like this. I don't like this feeling. You know what I mean? Again, of everything I've been through, of course, I have, and then with all the luck I've had, then I have this luck of knowing a person that they can't prove guilty, that they're forcing a plea. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the fuck, man? Out of all the cases in the United States, I have to know the person that's getting straight railroaded. Like, come on.
The thing that still puzzles me to death is that they don't understand or don't want to understand that every one of us, and I'm speaking for everybody in here because I know just about all of you, okay? Every one of us that's in here is here because we want to see their child get real justice and the truth be told, and not watch an innocent man lose his life for nothing, if that's what it is. Okay, that's why we're here, because we care about other people, not because we're trash and we're gross and we're weird or none of that shit they said. So
it's like you think that when Brian gets out, we're gonna go throw him a party or something. No, we want justice.
I will.
Real justice, not this fabricated shit.
Thousands of hours of our lives spent. Trying to get to the bottom of this. And I mean, if somebody had told me 4 years ago that I would be like right now with a phone glued to my face, or just that I would be I'm like you, Willie. I first even learned about YouTube having true crime.
I didn't even know Live existed on here.
Me either. And when I Googled,
the first place that I went to, that's so funny.
Right.
On day 2, I went on Google because I thought, oh, fuck, this happened in Moscow? No way. Because I'm telling you, it was extremely different when I lived there. I have been in shock hearing what I've heard about the area now. And I remember I Googled the case, and for some reason, T-Rev YouTube came up.
There you go.
And I went on that, and that's how
it's amazing.
I know.
T-Rev. I mean, oh my God. Yeah.
They loved me on there until I thought he was innocent. And then they were like, fuck you, you're the devil. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
The funny thing is he thinks he always thought Brian was innocent too, but so he knew that he wasn't going to get views from that.
But he got the view. Exactly. That's why he's driving around doing DoorDash right now and snorting perks.
How weird is that? That he actually was on Chris Cuomo interviewed him.
Yeah,
and
right.
He was on
and then he lied.
Television, and
then he lied.
After,
then he lied.
He was gone.
Well, he lied because it turned out that it wasn't Brian that called in, and he told Chris Cuomo that Brian's friend called into his show. I wasn't his friend. So he completely fabricated both things he said on News Nation.
He did that more than once too. He did that in another case too.
That pissed me off when he said that, dude. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, because all the trouble that caused afterwards, that's how me and Willie met, because there was other people that started harassing him and bothering him, and one in particular.
Harassing who, Willie?
Yeah,
of course.
After all that went down, they went after him, and he got a hold of me, and I don't remember how he got me, but anyway, that's how me and him got together, because I was like, what the fuck? No, that's not how this goes.
Yeah, I was the devil at one point, because just a mere fact that I knew him, people get pissed off. Like, it's my fault.
This was after you got your YouTube channel? This was after you had your channel?
I didn't make this channel until again, I told everybody I wasn't, because everybody kept telling me make a channel. I was like, I'm not making a channel until I can provide some kind of value. And that was when, Rich was able to come up and, because again, I believe I believe in having a channel with some substance and some value, right? I see so many people, like when you scroll through lives, people are just sleeping. People are eating.
I know you said that earlier. I laughed.
No, seriously, if you scroll, you'll find people doing just the craziest shit on YouTube Live, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Most popular channels.
So I waited. It wasn't about the money for me or the views. It's about the truth. And that's what upset me about this interview today.
Has Dinky gotten a hold of you since the new stuff has come out?
No, I don't give two flying fucks about Dinky. But this is why I'm talking about the interview with Steve G. They don't want the truth.
You guys were friends.
Oh, for sure.
And they showed it today like clear as day, because I wasn't gonna talk. I've never talked about that, right? But they made it clear as day that they're doing damage control, at least to me.
Yeah, that's what it was today, in my opinion. That interview was all about
which means something. Yeah, which means something's coming, dude. Because they always get information ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is coming?
I don't know.
Come on.
Something's gonna. Well, I mean, you have MSM talking about multiple perps here, so why does that happen? Why all of a sudden are all of them talking about it at the same time?
I said when the Bloom thing dropped, I said, watch. Quote me on this. I said, by next week, the shit's going to hit the fan. It's going to start rolling, and everybody's going to be doing this, okay?
Because they all have the same source in law enforcement, bro.
I think so, too. At least a lot of them do, I think. And everybody's going to follow suit, so on and so forth, and it's going to work its way into something else. Watch. And there'll be something that gets, every time something happens, they give us something else. Whether it's real or not, they still give us something else to distract us, in my opinion. So watch to see what happens, what comes out, whether it's some kind of documents or something like that. I can almost guarantee you it's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
could it be because of the suit?
I think they're doing damage control for that. Yeah,
they want to
think about this for a minute. Happy. Okay, the suit is it's active, right? So
and it's federal. It's federal now.
Yeah, it got bumped up to federal level. So here's the thing: is if everybody starts to believe all of a sudden that, oh my God, Brian didn't do this by himself. Or even worse, they start believing Brian didn't do it at all. That could screw up the lawsuit in their mind for WSU, because now it's going to be like, well, if Brian didn't do it, why are you suing them? He's not the perpetrator, so on and so forth. So I believe that they're worried about that. That's what the damage control is about, in my opinion. Every time you start to see people start leaning in a direction away from that narrative.
Kaylee was involved. I think Kaylee was involved with something.
And they say, here's the narrative again. That's what they do.
Who did you think was involved?
I think their daughter's involved with something. I think.
I do too.
The whole reason that they're saying all this and doing all this damage control is because they found something in her phone or something that it might have been the reason of why this all started, or I don't know, right? But there has to be a reason why they're doing all this, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Is there's something that she might have been involved with? Because who has $100,000 at 20 years old? Not me.
Yeah. You? And why wasn't she living at home? I mean, why wasn't she staying with her folks at home? Why was she staying with her grandmother?
Because she was estranged.
When Bethany went up to get her.
She wasn't talking to them at that point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what is the other reason that that the Goncalves family would come out and do this today? Please, somebody enlighten me.
No, I think that's a good point because Steve did say in one of the interviews yesterday or the day before that we didn't want to point fingers.
There you go.
The families decided we weren't going to point fingers at one another about who the targets were. I thought, wow, that's interesting.
Everybody has to be a fucking angel, right? That I don't understand. Like, everybody has to be an angel, whether they're here or not. That's not the case, right? Like, everybody isn't an angel. We know that. So if there's some information that, that they don't want presented during the trial and stuff, and that's why they don't want this to, come out about their daughter being involved in this, where to us, it's not a big deal. To them,
Right. Yes.
To them, they don't want their family name tainted, right? So that's why they do this media tour, because it's not helping, right? Getting justice for their daughter, which would be the only concern of mine if I lost my child.
Right.
I can only speak for myself, but if I lost my child, that'd be my only concern, is getting full justice or killing them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the furthest thing in their mind. You heard them make the inference, which blew my damn mind, but it proved something. Towards the end of the interview, I think it was Christy. She brought it up and said, "Well, what could happen if we don't stay on this? Things like what could happen is with the Peterson case, like they reopened the Peterson case and looked at it. So that told me right there, and Lucy actually put it out there and said it herself too. They don't even care about the truth. They're worried that that Brian the case may be opened back up and somebody would see the possibility that Brian might be innocent. Whether he's right.
They open up the case 55 times if my child dies, but I want everybody to pay. Everybody.
I understand, but that's what I'm saying. Like whether he's the right person or not, they don't want that to happen.
I know. And so then,
what are the main points they made?
What could be the reasons why? Is why I'm saying what I said. I know some people in chat were like, "No, I don't think that's for it." But then, what could be the reason? Who are they protecting?
No, I think you have a great point there, Willie. Especially Steve saying in the beginning, "Oh, she doesn't do drugs. She's this and that."
Sure. Everybody's a fucking angel. Everybody's kid's an angel. Remember that.
Yeah.
They all said none of those kids did drugs. What's found in their system?
Sure.
Well, sometimes parents don't know what we do.
They're college kids.
What was found in their system?
Adderall.
Yeah.
It's college, man. All of a sudden, these two witnesses. Remember when the whole sudden the whole frozen shock things, and people are yelling at us that she could have PTSD. You don't know what she went through. Turned out frozen shock never happened. Right. You know what I mean? Like the shit that people ran with because of what was in that PCA tells me that they don't need to tell the truth to arrest you. They can arrest you and make up a complete horse shit in an arrest warrant and just get some fucking judge to just be like, sure, why not? And then later on be like, oh, none of that's true, but here's what really happened. That's what I learned from this case so far.
But people still believe the original story.
Well, because they don't know anything. That's why I don't understand why people are getting so mad at Mike. If you see me in the video, I'm kind of just sitting back, letting Mike go off because I'm watching a product of mainstream media. If nobody ventures out for themselves to find the information, like 99% of the people I went to school with, they want to hop on the bus of he was I can't believe I went to school with a killer. That's what, because everybody has that same, there's more people having that opinion rather than Brian might not have done this. You understand? So let's hop on that bus and not give a shit to look for information for ourselves. That's what most people back home are doing, brother. And that's
a lot of them don't know how to do that either. I found out a lot of people don't know that this even exists, Willie.
No, they don't.
Exactly.
I didn't know. Movies and
everybody I talk to has no idea.
That's right.
People are programmed. We've always been, until I found this, I think all of us can say we were programmed to just whatever the news says, that's God's word. That's whatever the police do.
I watched 2020 and 48, all those shows, Nancy Disgrace, and I didn't think people could lie if they were telling those stories.
Right. I think all of us felt that way at one point until we realized, this is not real life. This is not how things really work. So
I never believed none of that shit.
You didn't ever?
No.
He's an alien. That's why he's not.
That's why I watch. I watch news that isn't American because
I'm like a weird one. I've been on
I used to believe for the most part, I believed most everything that the news would show. Like, how can they not tell the truth? Why would they not? Got into it, And then I realized
they used to.
They used to. It was they told news. Now they tell opinions.
Exactly.
About the news.
It's a story now.
They haven't told the truth since before any of us were born.
Exactly. Now something happens and you get three different versions of it, and you have to figure out where that truth lies in the version.
They realize that they get ratings out of it now. That's the thing, is that Nielsen bullshit. They realize that people watch the news more than anything.
You want to hear Twiz talk? Okay, go ahead, Twiz. What do you got?
Yeah, go ahead, Twiz.
Not much. All right, what were you saying, bro?
A lot. I just didn't have anything.
I'm just fucking around. She said you want to hear Twiz talk. Like, what is it? Twiz can talk whenever he wants.
I don't know what she's talking about. But I was gonna say, when I was 19, there was a guy that I worked with who said, I can't remember now, it's been so long, but I think they were at somewhere like somebody fell like 10 feet or something like that, but he was saying how like the news changes to 50 feet, you know. So I've been on that shit for a long time.
I mean, that's what they do. It gives them ratings.
Well, but Willie, you want to hear some
That's all
shit?
they care about. They don't read the information we read. You think fucking MSM
And
reads?
that's obvious. Yes, they have people that work for them and pick out the clickbait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's things they can't say, and there's things they can say, and it's
What were you gonna say, Twiz?
I'll ask Willie if he's ready for some shit.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, if this is heading in the direction I'm seeing, every day something's happening. We have the G's. Once the G's start doing a media tour, you should know that's already, the grounds for something about to happen. Because the last one, then boom, they came out with what were they told ahead of time about the forget what it was, but they knew, and they did like a whole post on their Facebook, and then the next day something dropped. So, in my opinion, mainstream media, the G's are getting kind of some information from, the peanut gallery over, and I don't know who, but to say, hey, something's going on. Why else would they pause Dylan's like GoFundMe?
What do you think is coming?
I just heard about that today. What's up with that?
You know what I mean? For them to do that, that's LE. I heard. So.
She could have paused it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Why would she?
Too, but
because maybe she was thinking like, oh,
harassment might be getting too harassed.
So you can. So wait, for a fact you can just pause your GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Whoever puts it up.
I never did a GoFundMe, so I don't know.
I don't either, but I know that people have stopped their channel because they only asked for $5,000 and it was going up to $7,000 and they didn't feel right taking the.
I'm just saying it's very weird timing is all. That's all.
Twiz, do you know something we don't?
Well, I was going to tell Willie this came out a couple months ago when you were gone, but I have somebody that says a cartel member has confessed to killing them, and the reason would be Kaylee was dealing cocaine and Maddie flushed it.
Why didn't they kill Dylan?
Because she was a friend of the Knights.
It doesn't sound like it was supposed to end up with people being killed, but from what they have been saying, that Dylan and Bethany were either in their own rooms or together in a room, something like that. The cartel paid off MPD.
That sounds normal.
That happens. Yep.
Yes.
They don't normally leave people alive, though.
So that rumor from the
anything's possible anymore with this shit. I don't know.
So that rumor from the very beginning might be true.
Dude, a lot of things from the very beginning have come out true.
Yeah,
and the only thing that bothers me about that, he's right. Everything from the beginning is starting to come full circle. But why would they leave? Let me ask you too, Twiz. I'm just curious what you think. Like, knowing what we do know about cartel business, would they normally, in your opinion, leave two people to live after that type of a scenario?
Well, from what it sounds like, those two didn't really have anything to do with it because, again, they were out somewhere. And they weren't like they didn't not know something was going. Like, they were said, stay in your fucking room type shit, right? And now it's like, if you talk, you'll die type shit.
I mean, Dylan's boyfriend, right, is the son of a knight.
Yeah, it has nothing. This is a cartel. This is Mexican type shit.
Oh, the Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be doing a lot of fucking drugs to be, for them to come get you. So I don't know.
Something like $50,000 worth of product.
Money, bro. Mess with somebody's money and see what happens.
Exactly.
I'm just saying they take everybody out, bro. If they're gonna take out whole families, why are they letting Dylan and
Well, it's a little different when you're like working with the cops.
You don't think though, if everybody came in there and said Kaylee liked to do coke, you don't think they would have said Kaylee liked to?
I just want to know who was cleaning. Coke? That's all.
Like, you don't think they would have?
There was a cleanup crew.
What are you saying? Half-assed. What are you saying?
I think that those same people that were offering up that Kaylee was doing coke would have been the same people to tell on her for doing it. Personally, I think it's more likely that maybe someone was keeping a safe there instead of at their
I agree.
Their house, and they
well,
had
you can have your
why they were always at that house partying.
Well, this is what the cartel member told my friend that Kaylee was dealing coke. her and Emma Bailey, and Maddie flushed it.
Oh, hey.
Okay. And then what?
I mean, anything's possible.
Somebody got mad?
Yeah.
They
So
went
how did
there.
Ethan wind up dead?
We don't know about Xana and Ethan yet.
I'm trying to figure out, like, Ethan's not gonna walk in the park.
I could see it more like.
And he's on amphetamines and shit. Man's awake.
Bedroom, and that's
Collateral
why
damage.
said something to her dad about the
What
door.
are you saying, Willie?
I said a lot of people think that Ethan was sleeping. I don't think Ethan was sleeping at all.
No, I don't either.
None of them.
So then whoever attacked Ethan, you gotta understand, 6'3", I don't care how much you weigh. Trying to get through anybody that's 6'3" is not an easy task. So I don't believe for a minute if this was targeted that this person went upstairs or these people went upstairs first and didn't go take out the biggest target first.
They all had defensive.
There was more than one person in that house.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We don't know the exact number.
If one's being attacked, you can't convince me that 2 times, right, let alone 1 time, that one person is getting attacked and the other person is just watching and not running out of the room and getting help. Fuck out of here.
So who's the special investigator that Ann hired? It just came out in documents or something recently. He said that there were at least 2 people on each person, and someone was holding Ethan down.
Yeah, the G family said that there was possible multiple people involved. They said it themselves.
Right, but this guy was very specific about the wounds and what it would have taken to.
Oh, you're talking about Turvey.
Papa Rogers?
Yes. No. Dago, go. Yeah, and that guy had very explicit things, which totally contradicted anything that the cops had ever said. And somehow he wasn't allowed to speak up.
And I think the reason for if this is this is all a theory, obviously based on what Twiz said and that. But here's the thing: the cover up in itself, because I saw somebody ask that question, if that was the case. Well, if you're working with the police, they don't want the world to know that. So, of course, they have to cover that up because, there's that. So, if it is what it is, that would make perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kim was onto something. She said it was supposed to be a shakedown, and it went sideways.
Yes. That's
I agree.
Years ago, she said that to me, and I've never let go of that because it always makes like it was supposed to be a confrontation about something they weren't supposed to.
And somebody fucked up, and then they had to get rid of the others because.
Yep.
Yep.
So then, do you guys all think that it happened like earlier than they're saying?
I think that it happened between 12:30 and 3 in the morning.
I personally don't think that Xana or Ethan ordered the DoorDash.
From what he said, it started basically as soon as Kaylee and Maddie got home. Okay. Not necessarily the killing, but the situation.
The confrontation.
But they were waiting.
Yeah.
See? So like they got home at 1.
And didn't they have like a whole like get together or like a whole little like something like going on in somebody's room? They all got together and talked about something.
2 a.m., which like Twiz said was be 4 minutes after they got home based on what they told us the timeline was. So if they were there waiting and they all had to have a little meeting per se in Kaylee's room.
What is that meeting?
It was in Kaylee's bedroom. There was everybody but Xana and Ethan was in that according to Hitler's affidavit. So
but do you remember that audio that came out and everybody thought it was somebody yelling at the people to all sit down, or they thought it sounded like a robbery? I thought it sounded like somebody yelling at the dog to sit down, sit, like they were yelling at Murphy.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought maybe somebody came up and started talking to them when they were outside with the dog.
Right.
Like maybe that's when they walked up, is when they were outside with the dog.
With the dog. Yeah. No, that would make sense because if it is true what Olivia said, Kaylee's sister, she said she saw them, which we know that's not completely true, but she knows they got home at 1:56. But then she said she saw her sisters bring the dog back out to walk him. And then that whole situation goes down at that point in the documents where, who was it? Maddie goes into Bethany's room and says, "Have you seen Murphy?" Well, that would make sense if something started on the outside of the house and it was pushed inward.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you, why would, if Olivia said,
we're back. All right, no problem.
If Olivia said that she saw Kaylee come out walking the dog.
Yeah.
Why would it be said that Bethany and Maddie, both of them, said they went out and they took the dog out? And I'm thinking, there's nobody that's going to be taking. First of all, my dog would rather be with me than walk out with somebody else. But I mean, Murphy is a doodle.
You're right, Happy. The only one that did not take the dog out was the dog's owner, Kaylee.
Where was Kaylee?
Well, let me ask you this: if this was just a sporadic attack, and like
it wasn't sporadic.
Not sporadic. I'm talking like it was fast and you know. My thing is how did the dog not wander around the house? And there's no in the crime scene photos. There's no crime scene photos of any bloody paw prints.
Actually, the
dog was removed when Bethany and Dylan took the dog out to go for a walk. Then supposedly Murphy got loose and disappeared, and somebody came back in, Bethany, I guess, and said, or Matt, who have you guys seen Murphy? We never hear anything else after that. So I do believe that Murphy was taken away, and he somehow ended up in the pound, and I think he was in the pound because I think maybe Rosie or one who also has doodles. Say what?
I thought the dog was in a room when the cops got there.
He was.
Well, that's what they said. That's what they said. But then we saw them.
What are you saying, Dago?
They took a picture of him underneath Kaylee's desk. They said when they got there, he was on the bed. And then you see Gunderson walk him down the road, and they supposedly took him to a shelter after that. That's what I know about the dog. But there were, in the photographs I saw what looks like 3 paw prints that look like they're slightly tinted with blood, possibly, but it looks like they may have been wiped up too. You know what I mean? So
that's right. I mean, the cleaning and shit.
Did you notice though?
I just want to know what was the purpose of. Well, I just want to know what was the purpose of cleaning up if it was literally a half-ass cleanup.
I think if they cleaned up anything, they cleaned up somebody that may have gotten cut that wasn't supposed to get cut. One of the perpetrators.
If they cleaned up, it's because Dylan didn't want to look like she knew what went on and didn't help.
Yeah.
And her footprints would have been in that blood.
And we know they were awake early as shit. Yeah, we know they were awake early as shit, right? And you're telling me she never had to go upstairs to like brush her teeth until noon or take a piss or nothing?
She's been drinking and she doesn't go pee? Come on.
You didn't go upstairs to get water?
Well, they had a bathroom downstairs.
Okay, but all her stuff's upstairs because she's staying on the second floor. So you're not going to have your stuff on the first floor bathroom. You're going to have it on either there or, you know, that just, you know, I mean, you're telling me she didn't have to pit, like nobody had to go upstairs for any reason until noon. I don't buy it. They were awake. So she's calling her mom at 7:30. I bet she hasn't called her mom that early again since she was 13 years old.
I'm telling you, I think Bethany was going to leave, and the police showed up and she realized she couldn't. That's just my opinion. Because of the way she was standing,
you're right.
I think that's what her parents told her was to get the hell out of there. You don't want to be involved in this mess. And I think that she was standing there waiting for Jenna to pick her up, and then Nunez showed up and it was too late. So, and that's again my opinion, guys. That's what I think when I see.
Well, again, we don't know what happened. So I mean, at this point, you know.
Other people think that Bethany was not on the premise until she learned that all the cops were coming, and then you see her coming up from, you know, a little.
That would make sense. Also,
I've heard that.
She walks over and stands there by herself.
Well, that's why one of my 3 pieces of evidence, if I was able to look at in this case, would be both of their Apple Health data to see how many flights of steps they went up in those 8 hours, if they went up any. Because I believe that it would show multiple flights of steps being walked up and down throughout the time that they're saying that they just stayed in the room all of a sudden. Okay.
The thing is we have Bethany's the first voice you hear on the 911 call, so she had to be there at least for that. So,
good point. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's the only problem with. Although
I think they were there.
I think they were there too because Ann believed they were there. And that's my opinion. Of course, everybody has the right to their own opinions. Of course, I don't challenge that ever, but I definitely think they were there. I've people in my own community, my own team members think that.
God, how could you be there and listen to what?
Thank you.
Oh God!
Especially if something happened on that landing.
They're hiding.
Oh,
I got a big problem with Dylan.
If you're worried about keeping your mouth shut or losing your life.
Oh,
but then why not just kill her?
With her? I'll just say that. She's not.
Why not just kill her?
I can't roll with that kind of person. I think
you stabbed Xana 50 times, but you let Dylan live. Why?
I think she closed the door after she heard someone scream and run down the stairs, and I don't think she opened the door and tried to help them. I don't think she did anything. I think she freaking locked the door and hid in there.
I also believe 100% that they were not friends. First of all, they didn't even know each other until like August. And just from even when, oh God. So I was re-listening to, somebody was giving Dylan's interview the other day. And now I'm thinking of this as a woman or a girl, whatever. When she describes what she, in the later interview, when she recounts, her voice almost has now she may have been nervous, a giddy vocalization as she's talking. And she says, oh, I heard Kaylee. I knew it was Kaylee because she was thumping the way she thumped up and down the stairs.
Okay, ma'am.
Why would you say your girlfriend, or why would you say thumping instead of a young beauty? When I hear she was thumping up and down the stairs, that's how I knew it was.
You also knew who she saw was a male.
That's
somehow.
A derogatory insinuation that Kaylee was a frump in some way or other. Thumping, she didn't say she was walking up and down. She was thumping up and down the stairs. That's why I knew it was her. And there were other things that the way she spoke, I think that secretly, what's her face, was jealous of Kaylee, did not like her, and I don't know. That's, as a woman, that's a gut feeling that I have always received from Dylan. That she was not friends at all. Ed was jealous of those.
No, I think they were all just roommates because again, listen, here's what pisses me off, right? It's the fact that now we know that the only part that she could have possibly seen on Xana was her fucking legs. So to say that you saw Xana sleeping on the ground in her room, you wouldn't be able to see that because Xana was placed in a position where half of her body wouldn't have been visible. So that's a complete lie.
I didn't see those pictures. Was there blood everywhere? Would she have seen blood also?
It's just where she was. It's just where she. Yeah, I mean, there's cuts on her arm. Her face is like stuck to her face with blood. It's not a pretty scene. Like she was. Somebody attacked the hell out of her, and for Dylan to say, "Oh, well, she was," I thought she was just passed out.
Yeah,
you saw her legs would have been in a position where they're sprawled out, where she passed away, and no way they're going to think she's sleeping. Or if you see her legs, why aren't you curious enough to go see if something's wrong? Like, even
if I didn't know somebody, I would go check on them.
It's like, so it's normal for you to just see Dylan or just pass out on the floor, or anybody in the apartment just passed out on the ground.
Smell something. They had to smell something.
Yeah, after you just saw her an hour or two ago, sober as or not sober, but like you just saw her not so fucked up, and then all of a sudden she's completely on the ground. Like, no, I don't believe that for a second.
Okay, what about the girl or somebody who was passed out on the lawn outside the house and taken to the hospital? What do you guys think of that?
Who's this?
I never heard that.
Where's Dago? Yes, a neighbor saw there was somebody initially in the very first reports. Somebody
I believe that. I just don't.
Passed out on the front lawn, and 911 was called, and they came and took that person to the hospital.
Was that on? It wasn't on that property though, right?
Yes, it was out on the front lawn. Where's Dago? He's
only had like a gravel driveway, really.
Well, I don't mean lawn. I just mean the front area.
Are you sure this wasn't on Friday?
Why they would hide that though? Like,
I can't see in chat. I'm sure somebody in there remembers that. People have been talking about it recently. What about the person that was outside, passed out, and somebody called 911, and that person was taken to the hospital? What about that?
I remember hearing that like the first week.
Yes.
I think that was just
passed out or something.
I think that was a rumor. There was also a rumor that Dylan or somebody ran out of the house and passed out before that. There was a lot of stuff that was stated the first week or two.
Oh, I thought that was during the 911 call.
That's what one of them was. Yeah, you're right.
But there was one before that, or the first 911. Yeah.
There was a couple different versions of that, and I think a lot of those were just stories that were created, like, you know.
And
like
then okay, because then Pavarotti came out with something about that lower room, and he and Lana, I think, were discussing that there was another person that was living in the house, and that it's that person that was freaked out and was passed out. Maybe saw stuff.
Ashland Couch. Initially, they were talking about, or the fact there was another story that Jenna McClure was originally there, which we know is not true now because she shows up. And there was another girl that was supposed to be spending the night there, supposedly, besides Ashland too. And there's a lot of these stories, but like the passed out thing, I think we'd have seen that on one of the body cams, which we didn't. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, this was way earlier. This happened earlier. And there was another 911 call.
Friday, maybe?
No, I don't know.
At the party?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like earlier in the I don't know about any of that. There's no way to prove any of that, but I just think it was one of the stories that was added into, you know what I mean, like made up.
Because remember the interview by the reporter who talked about somebody being taken to Gritman Memorial.
Exactly, love.
And then who what's the guy's name who's not on anymore? That you always did stuff with, Dago. Oh my God, I'm so bad with names. The guy that
Sergeant
Lori. Oh, come on. He had
Rory.
Yes.
Rory.
So Rory found the proof.
He got sick of this shit.
Of that interview that the reporter did, and he got a hold of her and verified the fact that yes, she did report that somebody had been picked up earlier from the home and taken to the hospital.
Yeah, I remember.
She verified that, and then we never heard anything else about it.
They probably could have scrubbed it if it's true to make sure it wasn't in the story. You know what I mean? Like they eliminated the situation
from the beginning. They controlled the narrative, right?
Oh yeah,
everybody was sleeping.
Yeah.
What else? Everybody was sleeping. It was secluded. The 2 rooms.
Wouldn't have heard anything for that to have happened. To me, it just seems like, why wouldn't you make the narrative that, oh, these off-campus kids are a problem, they're causing issues at our school? And
but they said it was targeted. But they said it was targeted so the community could relax, because they couldn't say that there was some random person going around just killing people. Where in reality, they're saying Brian had no connection to nobody.
Well, they did.
Why the girl that was
Steve G did say several times that it was not one of our own, that it was an outsider, and he came in here and thought we were stupid and that he was going to pull stuff over on us. Steve G said that in at least 2 or 3 interviews. An outsider
would think that, and it wouldn't necessarily
be one of our own. Nobody here would do that, of course. Nothing happens in Moscow until this outsider came. And he thought we were stupid and he was going to be able to get away with everything.
That's the scenario he created in his head.
He did.
The FBI sold him on. Maybe that's what they were going with, because they didn't have a story. They didn't.
I'm still dumbfounded by the quote of, "We didn't look into anybody else anymore because we had Brian Koberger's name."
So how did they get away with that? Isn't that against the law when you find out? Idea. When you find out that a PCA is a total lie, and everything they put in there is a lie? He should have been let out of jail as soon as that was found out, right?
I guess not. I guess they can come back and say, well, we were wrong.
But they didn't even say that. They still stick to the original. Actually, Banfield, up until recently, until this Howard Bloom thing, was literally saying the exact same things in the PCA.
Yeah. Happy, your sound's starting to crackle. Try hold on, let me I meant to go over and pin the link in chat.
It's probably because I'm getting all riled up.
No. It's just you're starting to crackle, and I'm not sure what the cause of it is.
So mad.
I'll get you, my little putty, and your little dog too.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny as fuck.
Hey guys, I love y'all, but I gotta go sleep.
You gotta get over to the Devil's Triangle or whatever.
Get you a big glass of water before you go to bed.
Are you actually gonna go to sleep, bro?
Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, I won't make it to tomorrow. I'm telling you guys, if you're around anybody that's sick, stay the hell away from them. This shit is
I have the exact thing that you need to do right now. You need to get up. You need to, and I've been told this by naturopathic doctors and regular doctors, fill your bathtub full of the hottest water that you can stand. Have a huge glass of only ice water, no other cold beverage, and submerge yourself up to your neck. Stay in there as long as you can. When it starts to cool, drain out some water, fill it back up as hot as you can to your neck, and see that out, and you will sweat out a whole bunch of the impurities that are taking hold because your immune system is weakened. You'll sleep like a baby, and tomorrow you'll feel much better.
So basically, go boil myself and drink a glass of ice water.
Exactly. It's just like the Native Americans do. Exactly.
Sweat it out. That's what I'll tell you something. My wife had this before me, and she wrapped herself in 3 blankets, and one of them was a heated blanket, and sweated herself to death the night that she first got it, and it was gone the next day for her. So
that's the concept.
Right.
That's what I was told to do. Hey, I'm not probably, man. I know that.
Go get those fisherman's friends, man. Go get those fisherman's friends, and that shit'll open you right up.
Yeah.
And if we don't see Dago tomorrow, we'll make sure somebody goes and looks for him in the bathtub.
I'll be back.
I'm a boiled lobster by tomorrow.
You're starting to sound like your normal self, so I think you'll be good in the next few days.
Wow, I got some meds in me now. Finally, that's probably why. So thank you guys, all of you guys, for
thank you for coming up, brother. And if everybody, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. True Crime Cafe with Dago, right?
Yes.
True Crime Cafe with Dago is the full.
Yes,
I'm sure.
I love you guys.
We'll drop in chat here.
Sleep
all right, brother. Go get some rest, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good night, folks. Love you.
Later, brother.
Thanks, Dago. Willie and Half-Assed, are you both sitting in like an ice cube? You both have your hats on?
Yeah, I was just outside, and Listen, I'm in PA. It's 1 degree here.
It's 50. It's almost. Let me see. It's like 50, or now it's like 49.
Where are you?
27.
Seattle.
What?
I'm down at the lake. I mean, we haven't had one snowflake all year.
It was 30. It was 30 today, and I thought it was nice.
I have crocuses, spring crocuses. The green stems are about 2.5 inches high already, coming out of the ground.
That's crazy. I thought it was.
It is crazy.
I thought it was cold up there all the time.
Wow,
no, it's cold. It's low clouds. It's dark, and it's often drizzly. And having grown up in Maine, I was so glad to get away from what I thought was the cold. But I will tell you, even when there's 8 feet of snow, usually the sun is shining and it warms up. But in Seattle, it is a cold, damp drizzle, and you are freezing. It's very uncomfortable. I hate it. If I had money, I would not be here. Because at 10 months out of the year, it is dark and gloomy.
You know where's a wild place where I don't understand people live is like Anchorage, Alaska, where it's like 20 hours of fucking sunlight or like 20 hours of darkness. I would lose my shit.
Well, definitely, yeah. I was offered to be a cruise director on a small cruise line exploration that went to the South Pacific in the summer and Alaska in the winter. And I had to sign for for me, the South Pacific would be heaven. Alaska, it's like I have no desire, and I could very easily go to Alaska when I had money. Why would I want to go there where it's dark and freezing And I've seen towering mountains and lots of snow. I have no desire to ever go to Alaska.
The crazy part is that's some people. Some people like that. Like my dad's dream is to literally is to retire, move to Montana, and have a fucking wolf as a pet.
Montana is not Alaska.
No, but I'm saying he wants to live in the woods. He wants to live in the woods and be like self-sufficient and shit. So like my dad hates the ocean, hates the beach, all that. I love the beach.
Oh, me too. I mean, I am a beach bunny.
You know?
Beach bunny, but I love western Montana, and I loved Idaho. Northern Idaho is one of the most beautiful areas of our country, and I've been in every state driving in just about every area of the states. And I will tell you, Idaho is stunningly beautiful. And I will also say that I get really defensive when people, that fucking state, I wouldn't go near it. Or
but that's why it makes sense to me that he was taking pictures. But that's why it makes sense to me. Like being from PA, like I know when I went out west, I was taking a lot of videos and pictures
Same here.
Give me a second of the mountains. So when people make fun of the whole fact of him saying that he was looking at the stars or whatever, or taking, if he took pictures down there at the lake and stuff like that, that's a completely different scenery than here in PA. Like here in PA, there's just woods.
Absolutely. The same as in Maine. I mean, it's the same. The West is totally different from back east.
Oh, absolutely. It's
stunning. It's breathtaking.
That's why I don't understand why, even like MSM would like clowning
because
him
for assholes. Ashley Banfield is an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horrible.
Listen, a lot of these people don't deserve to change the narrative now and report the narrative.
I agree. People are congratulating me. I'm glad he finally did. I'm like, bullshit. They don't deserve the credit in any way. They should apologize for making false claims. I just think it's upsetting.
I'm just curious now. I want to because I haven't looked at the comments because I'm just so I'm just waiting to see the outcome of this. But I want to go look at the comments on these videos now to see that if people are now now just because MSM is saying this, now these sheep are going to shift their, are they going to start thinking that, there's more to this now all of a sudden because MSM is saying it? Like, I'm telling you, that's why I didn't understand why people were getting so upset in chat when Mike was talking, because he literally showed us, just him being himself, what MSM does to the average person if they don't find YouTube Live or information on TikTok, Reddit, or I don't know where else people go, Discord. I don't know.
I don't have it. Well, I mean, were you not pleased with how it went?
Yeah, I have something to say to that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that most people are a product of mainstream media because they don't know any better.
98%. Yeah.
99%.
Yeah.
I do want to say something, Willie. I missed your video the night before, and I came in toward the end of Mike's thing, and I went back and listened to it afterwards, and I just saw something that. So if somebody didn't see your previous, if we didn't, I did not know that he was not up on things, and I thought as he was your friend, that he would probably know.
No. See, I like raw. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, like with Rich, right? Rich called me. Rich was in his car driving. It was spare of the moment thing. I like raw, sloppy truth. That's what I want. So I don't want. I didn't want anything prepped. I didn't want to tell him nothing. I wanted it to be exactly how it would be without me being involved, and just him to give his account of what he knew about Brian. And that's why he was here. He wasn't here to argue whether Brian was innocent or guilty, because he said himself he doesn't know enough, right? So I didn't understand why people were freaking out.
No, because I'm explaining to you why I think some people were. If you didn't see the video the night before, I thought he was really cool, but the thing that, so if you hadn't seen the video where you explained that this friend was going to come on, and I don't know if everybody was there from the very beginning of the video. I came in the last bit of it. And when I heard him talk, what my immediate concern was, oh, fuck. Here we are, mainstream media is going to get a hold of this and use it against Brian.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Oh my God.
Yeah, Brian's already locked away. How can well, what are they going to, what could mainstream media possibly say?
Say that one of his friends.
I've already had his friend. I already had Rich on here. They didn't use Rich.
No,
They're
but
more desperate now.
But
mainstream media don't want to fuck with me. Mainstream media does not want to. They don't want to touch me. Trust me.
So they know all about you. See, I don't know that.
Yeah, they contact me up in that. Of course.
Oh,
they don't want to touch me.
Well, only women would want to touch you, dear.
So, okay, thank you. I'm just saying. If mainstream media wants to fuck around, I'll fuck around. But because I have nothing to hide. Like I didn't choose to be, I didn't choose to go to Pleasant Valley and know everybody. It's just how it happened, right? So Jeremy Saba, Brian's best friend, the one that passed away. I was so close to him, I can't even begin to explain.
So sorry. Yeah.
So his mom, like Jeremy Saba's mom, like I seen her. She made breakfast for me probably over 100 times, waking up in the morning at Saba's after, doing whatever we were doing, and it's like, this is why I know everybody. Cause you're up in literally the middle of the woods. There's not much to do.
Oh, I've been to the Poconos. Right? Exactly.
And at one point in our lives, there was no cell phones. It was fucking flip phones.
Beautiful.
And then, you recorded your ringtone on like the television, MTV, when they actually played, music videos, and it was a good, so like we all kind of,
back tones.
Yeah. And I threw the parties in high school. So like everybody came together at the parties, and that's how I know a click from here, a click from there, a click from here. That's the only reason I know everybody.
Right.
But I didn't ask, I didn't ask for this to happen and for them to fuck up an investigation and them to completely railroad somebody. Like I said, I keep saying, I would rather them have the evidence so I could just move on with my life and be like, well, at least the system did something right. But instead I have to be like, chalk another.
We're glad you came. I remember when you came forward, how excited.
Nothing.
It was so exciting when you came out. And then when you finally got your channel going, it was, to me, it was just...
but that's the only reason people dislike me is because I'm able to shit all over their bullshit narratives.
Look at that hat.
Look at that. You look Russian.
I want that hat.
You should see.
I like that.
That girl from the famous Russian, Dr. Zhivago.
Look at that. Oh my God.
It's my favorite.
That's what you stick your hands in, right?
No, it's a boot.
Yes.
My boots.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're real.
It's Laura
take that off before a drone comes and fucking hits you. Boom.
They wouldn't dare.
Can you believe that I can't play music, I can't say certain words, I can't hit my pipe on here, but they can literally a channel can upload hours and hours of footage of people getting blown the fuck up with drones.
Well, I also want to know why can mainstream media say murder and call? They can say every word.
How come they're able to do everything, but we do
it. And they say he was butchered, and
because I haven't told anybody this, but I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm going through some shit with YouTube and Google AdSense, and they're not happy that I do what I do, but I fight them to a point where I don't I'll fight them to a T until they take my channel away. I don't care. I'm not going to stop telling the truth, but they're not happy. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah.
Well, know that our hearts are with you. We want you on here.
But personally, again, if the price I have to pay is them taking me off here, right, I would do it. Because I'd rather the truth
on and be somebody else or something. Pretend you're somebody else.
I'll come back. Well, that's me. I'd come back and still be around. But if that's how angry they get at the truth, then that just shows me everything I need to know about the world.
So that means people are reporting you, then, right?
No, it's not even reporting. It's just the fact of going against the grain.
I know, but who's telling on you that you're going against the grain?
It's just the mere. It's the machine.
They somehow know, yeah.
Come on.
Well, they use AI.
Hey, I'm old.
Very much.
I'm just saying, like, you know, they're not happy about it.
Who's that person? Oh, Twiz. He's got a different face. How funny. Hey,
Whose face
Twiz,
is that?
welcome back.
Birdie.
You look like Birdie with Twiz's name.
Start stuff, Twiz.
No, it's Birdie's face on Maddie's ass because the same shit comes out of both holes.
That's
oh my
so
God.
rude.
So you don't like I don't even know this Birdie guy, but everybody talks about who's this? I'm not talking about another channel, but like, why don't you like him?
Don't talk about him behind his back.
He just lies and spread a bunch of bullshit. Like a month ago or something, he was trying to say that MPD lied about the times that
but we don't even know the truth.
Calling and texting each other, and all I put in chat was, "Do you really think Cy wouldn't have caught that?" And he fucking was like, "I do think Cy wouldn't have caught that." I started talking shit. He's just
got mad.
All he does is lie and spread misinformation. All these people fucking think that what he's saying is fucking Jesus gospel.
Do you know? Do you talk to Cy at all? Twiz, do you talk to Cy?
Cy. I'm not saying like Cy wouldn't talk to me, but like when he's sealed and shit, I guarantee he won't talk to me. Because he got reported to Judge for talking to me.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That's good.
So is it true his channel isn't up anymore?
I just got booted off the channel.
Or he doesn't come on his channel anymore?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doesn't use
fucking
it
with me.
anymore, but it's still there. I saw something posted.
Booted for no reason.
It was like an old thing. I think like 2 days ago. It has to still be up.
They're not taking anybody away.
Information up on his channel.
Don't take anybody away, Tina. Trust me.
If you don't have auto updates on your app, if you're on a phone, you may want to check for updates because I think I got one last night.
But
what?
For YouTube.
What does the update?
Just a general update.
Just on the app.
Like, there's some apps you can't continue to use unless you do an update.
So, Twiz, did you say that he's not giving shows anymore on his YouTube channel?
Do me a favor, Happy.
They haven't done shows for a while.
Happy, I have the StreamYard link pinned in the chat. Could you just pop down real quick and then hit that link and come back up because your audio is a little crackly.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Just the link's in the chat, so you can just pop down, pack right back up. There you go.
No, but Birdie just comes out with like these fucking theories, but they're just like factually wrong. You know?
Yeah,
like
but my thing is
all
like
lies and misinformation.
My thing is since day one, everything has been lies. So I can't fault anybody for having any opinion on anything because they lied to us, dude, since day one.
It's not. That's way.
Everything was a lie.
Saying that they lied is one thing, but making up your own lies and inserting it into the case—that's another.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know the channel. I don't know enough to talk about. Yeah.
Mainstream media lies and spreads misinformation, but it's okay for us to do it, dude. Fuck that.
Like I don't talk shit behind people's backs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I told him to come hit the fucking. I told him to come hit the link.
He won't hit the link. He's a fucking pussy. You don't think that I tried? You really don't think that I was like, get him on panel with me and I'll show him how fucking stupid he is?
I don't want you to be grumpy.
Do you really think I wouldn't say that? Why do you think it hasn't happened?
I know you would, and I just wish you wouldn't.
Why do you think it hasn't happened?
What?
I don't know. I don't like I said. This is. I'm happy I don't know him because I'm happy that I don't have to be inserted with what the hell. Because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't. Yeah.
I'm happy.
Don't drag me into it.
All right. What's up, Happy?
In their face when I have
back.
That's just how I am.
Love to. He's a fucking.
There you go. Sound better.
I can't. I don't know. I'm not that girl.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't watch every single channel that talks about this, so that's good. But yeah, getting back to what you were saying before. So do you think where do you think let's all take a guess here. Where do you guys think the G's are gonna wind up next? What channel?
Back
Nancy Grace. Where do you think they're gonna go next?
They were just on Nancy Grace last week.
Oh, they were. Okay, great. So I guess we can project where they're going next.
What do we think they accomplished?
News Nation.
Like, what do you think that they got accomplished from their goal today?
I told you, it's damage control. That's all. It's pretty honest to me.
Come on and make their story look good, is what you're saying.
It's they don't want. I don't know how to explain. They just want this to go away. They just want this to stop being talked about, whether it's you know, whether it's the cost of not getting full justice for their daughter or not, you can tell they just want to go away. They want people to stop talking about it. They don't want people to know the truth. They don't want us to know what actually happened. He said it tonight that these people are looking through all the photos or looking through all the paperwork. Yeah, why not?
So it's just because
it's not even about
story got a little bit better on our side. Do you think they were just out there to just talk smack and knock us back down?
I think they saw MSM saying that there was multiple perps, and they were like, "Oh shit," or they got something from one of their sources that told them something's about to happen. Because again, you have them doing a media tour, you have MSM talking about multiple perps, and I mean, you could say she ended it or not, but you have Dylan's GoFundMe being shut down. So good, you know, is
Howard Bloom and Ashley Banfield coming together and saying everything.
Of course, you know, once MSM is on their narrative, then they'll run with anything. But look at all of us here that've been yelling this for the past, you know, however long, and nobody gave a shit. Now all of a sudden, MSM wants to talk about it because Howard Bloom mentioned it. It's so.
What MSM is talking about other than Bloom?
They're talking. They're talking about the multiple perps.
Which ones?
Bloom is the one that brought it up. I've seen
about 4 or 5 different MSM channels now talking about multiple perps.
That's because that's what Howard Bloom came up with after the documents.
That's the problem.
Pictures. He's like, there's no way that he could have done that in 14 minutes or whatever the fuck he said.
That's right.
The state was saying that Brian did it in 2 to 4 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why people keep getting this whole 6 minutes.
But there's that transcript with Hippler and Steve's talking about them being fucking tied up.
Yeah.
How the fuck did Brian do that and kill them and butch that with that many
stabbings? You remember when I would correct everybody and be like, 6 minutes, and people would be like, you know, maybe it was closer to 8. It was even worse, 2 to 4.
Yeah.
Nobody's stabbing somebody 50 times in one room, 40 times in another room, doing this to Ethan, doing this, and then getting out of there without.
Looks like he's in the greatest shape either. He's kind of.
How the fuck does that dude?
If you're rushing through the house stabbing people, like what are the chances you're not leaving bloody footprints?
Well, seeing at the crime scene photos, 0.
So if do you guys remember the name that Diego gave of the private investigator that Ann had hired? One of the things he also said, well, I was trying to. No.
Exactly, love.
He recently went. Diego knew the guy's name, Torney. He said it up here. Ann Taylor had say the name again, Twiz.
Turney, I think.
Yes. He also said that suggested that it showed that Kaylee had been gagged. I mean, he went through all the wounds and all that stuff.
Yeah, there was post-mortem wounds. I thought that was a fact in this case. That's crazy.
Steve said
no, that was just Brian experimenting in the 2 to 4 minutes after they were dead.
But how the hell is he in his car fleeing on camera at the same time? This guy's in fucking 5 places at once.
Brian wasn't even in Moscow, so you're fucking not asking the right person. I don't know.
Also, after he smashed in Kaylee's face, he actually experimented by probing around inside her cranium and inside her mouth.
Also,
now, Christy said on that nasty disgrace thing, she brought up the fact that there were wounds inside her mouth.
Yeah,
that had been inflicted.
I heard people talking about that.
That's horrible.
Too. I think there's 2 people supposedly like with their tongue cut or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I heard that Ethan was like almost
that could be a message or something.
Ethan had 48. We got the news that he only had a few things, and he actually had 48, which is also what that guy said, and 48 wounds.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's a fact?
Yes, and
Ethan had 48 wounds.
Yes, and Xana had 64 wounds.
Oh, where did I miss this?
This was within the last couple of days.
I thought Ethan was like something happened to Ethan that was like very, very like gruesome.
They're talking about like his legs being carved early.
Initially, they said that they cut the back of his legs, which would make him immobile, right?
I think
But no, when the autopsy and other stuff, that investigator.
That sounds like somebody at gunpoint then.
Everything down and said that Ethan had 48 stab wounds, and the Xana had.
Somebody
64.
said it was. Somebody said it was 17.
Also, yeah, that's what
I think it was. I think you might be thinking about what's her name?
Xana had.
One that goes upstairs.
This is a contradiction to the original thing that was told about Ethan.
That came out in a recent document.
What's up, Joanne?
Yes, and it contradicts what they said about Ethan before. No, he wasn't incapacitated and just laid there. He had 48 stab and defensive wounds. That just came out in the last couple of days. I'm just trying to think who I've listened to.
Bless, I mean, did you see this paperwork yourself?
No, but it was people doing the document thing.
I've heard Dago talking about this attorney guy in the last few days too. I haven't read the document.
I only heard Howard Bloom and Astley talking. I listened to Xana. I listened to Dago, and I listened to Lana on Transparency. Those were the only. I haven't.
I'm not going to say a couple, but less wounds than.
But now this was contradicting that in reality he had many more. That he was obviously also fighting, and that's why there needed to be more than one person in the room with Xana and Ethan.
Well, that's what I said. You can't tell me in two perfect scenarios that one person's watching the other one be murdered and not screaming for their fucking or running out of the room or running out of the house or doing something. Smashing a person in the back of the head with something. Again, the thing I can't get over is the selfie Brian's taking the next morning like this, and there's not a black eye, and then yet Dylan's saying that she saw at least his eyebrows, so she saw at least this much of his face, which means there's area to be clawed at, punched, hit with something, and nothing was on Brian's face. I can't. It's very tough for me.
Well, I don't know why anybody believes anything that Dylan says.
Because that's the witness, dude. Look how much money people gave her.
There's a lot
that of is unbelievable to me. Oh my god, I need a GoFundMe.
You think?
Oh my god,
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe and be how
much is it up to?
I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be like,
it was over 100,000.
That was
months ago. I heard. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It was like 120 grand, like right after sentencing.
Unbelievable! Oh my god.
I don't think that's unbelievable. People are fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Look at how many people just blindly believe what the media says.
But to give your money away,
but
I don't know.
You don't want to isolate people if they don't agree with you always. Like, we're stronger as a bigger group, and it just sometimes to me feels like people are like, oh, you think you like that person? Well, you're on Pop Squad, and I'm not going to talk to you.
I hate that shit.
It's fine. Like, we're all wanting the same goal.
That's what I mean. Like, if everybody learned to just put the fucking differences aside, and we all got together and collaboratively attacked them, and we're like, yo, do something. We might be able to get something done, but the fact that everybody needs to be feel like they have to have their own groups and shit, it's weird, man.
Truth and not lying.
Say that again, please.
Exactly.
If we're just making up lies, this is why people think true crime on YouTube is a fucking joke.
Yeah, well, that as well.
Well, it could be in the way that sometimes we present ourselves.
Because a lot of people know what's going to get them clicks and what's going to get them views and shit, and unfortunately, that has taken over what the truth actually is.
Most of it, it's entertaining, right? The stories are entertaining. They're just not based on fact. A lot of them go completely against the fact. So how are you ever going to accomplish anything?
No, the truth doesn't matter, dude. I mean, Howard Blum sold how many books and made how much money?
Before there was even a trial.
I bring on fucking, Brian's friend who actually interacted with him fucking 1,000 times, and I can't crack 3K views. That's the difference of, how powerful mainstream media is and the control they have over everybody's thinking. Doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter. The truth does not get, it doesn't matter, dude. They're going to control the narrative how they want to. And they've showed us that this whole time.
Unfortunately, it is now up to algorithms, which do not have any circular presentation of human nature. And what algorithms have learned is that people get more excited, stimulated, that's the word, by seeing bad shit or hearing bad shit than they do nice things. So that makes people, come on, when we see some of the headlines of some of these channels even, like, oh my God, some big, headline, you click on it, oh my God,
But that's why I think Dago said, or somebody said earlier, like T-Rev actually thought Brian was innocent, but he knew that doing the lives that he was doing and putting that people would click on it and it was working for him. And he literally admitted that's why he was doing it. Like, but it shows right there that,
that's his choice, I guess, to.
And now people don't use their brain to go what has our attention?
I just want to see what all these channels before that, like if you were in chat and you thought he was innocent, or if you said at all, like you're in the middle, they kicked you and all this shit. I want to see how they're going to backtrack now and report on this multiple perp theory, because I'm going to be in the chat saying, what's going on? Ding dong.
Well, we're already seeing with that interview yesterday with Ashley Bloom, Field or whatever her name is, and Howard Bloom. Here's Ashley, who just was saying all this horrible shit about Brian. She's nodding her head and agreeing. Oh wow, yes, that makes more sense. Multiple
sellouts. They get a piece of paper and it tells them what they're gonna think that day. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like that's the difference between me and them. And they're not going to put out truth, and so because that's not going to make it's not. Again, Brian's in jail. The case is over, so they had no reason to talk about this. The only reason they're talking about this is because Bloom said something, or they got a source. They must all have the same source because they all, made these videos in the past 2 or 3 day or two of this multiple. So again, something's coming up the pipeline, and that's why I think that any day now we're gonna wake up, something's gonna drop, something's gonna be happening.
They don't have.
What's up, Sarah?
You're trying to say that they don't have the footage that we all have because of a watermark, because of the watermark or whatever. Well,
what the hell is that watermark thing?
You see, I'm trying to think.
And now everything's a HIPAA law too. Everything's a HIPAA law, by the way. If you,
what?
A watermark, I think, people like Jules has a watermark.
I don't know why.
I think
I don't understand the whole watermark issue. Like he's like, what people are watermarking stuff. Like,
that means you put your name on the video. So if somebody else shows
they
your
also
video,
don't understand you can still use it as fair use.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I don't know any
understand.
Of that.
It was just weird to me, the anger, like literally being angry because the truth is out in paperwork and photos. What's the reason to be angry about that? Like you said, if the investigation was opened back up, what's the reason of being angry at that? Getting full justice for your daughter should be the only fucking thing that matters. Not money, not nothing else. Okay? But money has played a big part.
You haven't read the documents if you're a parent?
Somebody's convinced them that we're against them, and I just don't understand why they believe that person. Because I'm like, we're all here to help. We're all here to find the truth. We're all here.
We're here because of your daughter.
I have better things I could be doing, but this is something.
That's what I mean. We want justice for their daughter that isn't here to,
I'm passionate about this.
Get justice for herself.
Yeah.
They don't want to read the documents because it might go against their narrative, I guess. I can't imagine if my daughter had been killed that I wouldn't be poring over every word and every document.
Maybe it's
especially when he's sitting
overwhelming
there
for
saying that he doesn't trust the
somebody.
prosecution. Like he was like, fuck the prosecution and all this. Like, so wait,
Yeah,
you think they're
exactly.
corrupt, but you trust everybody? I'm confused. What's like, who do you trust? Who don't you trust? Because now you're saying you don't trust them, but yet you're okay with it just being Brian. So what?
Well, and the fact
They know that they
would
lied, but they still believe him that it was Brian.
There you
They
go.
still believe the cops. They just don't like Bill Thompson right now. And now they don't like the judge either. Why did they switch?
Yeah,
against
exactly.
Hitler now? I don't quite get that.
Well,
Oh, they don't like
haven't
Hitler now. He
Hitler
said,
in a long
I must have missed that part.
Oh, he was freaking out about Hitler.
About Hitler? Which interview was that?
It was like the one today with Brian Entin.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, well, we can.
That Hitler.
It's long as hell.
Like basically, he was like, he's a piece of crap judge.
I saw the Nancy Disgrace one and the Ashley Banfield and Howard Bloom one.
Yeah, and then today Brian Entin did one with them. So,
yeah,
I don't understand why anybody believes anything, because day one that they said,
that's what I mean. They lied to us.
They were all sleeping, right?
Exactly.
Go watch Dylan day one, and she's saying Kaylee's fucking running around. How's she sleeping?
My question is, what's the motive to lie what's the motive to lie since day one?
To cover it up.
Cool.
Why?
A big cover up.
Why? Cover up who?
Students will
Well,
come.
again, if what I'm being told is true, which I believe, the cartel did it and they paid off MPD.
And there's tons of drugs that move.
Then the FBI needs to fucking investigate them.
I don't have to solve it. I have to ensure that a fellow American gets a fair trial.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't give a fuck
didn't
about
get that opportunity because they tainted that jury pool. They were going to do that again. They were going around to every church wearing their T-shirts with their
oh my God!
Staff. They were just poisoning everything against him.
And again, that's why I haven't made a live about them. I never said one bad thing about it because I wouldn't know how I would grieve my child. But when I saw the interview today, it all went out the window.
Yeah, you can't call people white trash and trailer trash. And
no. I don't even give a fuck about that. Call me every name in the book. That point when it clicked, when I saw that they didn't give a fuck about the full spectrum of justice for their daughter, they lost me. Completely fucking lost me, and I'm already gone.
When I saw Ashley Banfield making fun in big time horrible words, Ryan's sister, and denigrating everything that she said in that letter,
she did nothing wrong.
I was so upset. I wrote this. They probably took it down because I was just like, you need to be so ashamed of yourself. Saying his mother was a co-conspirator.
Exactly.
She must have known. If she talks to her son every day, she must.
I remember that
known.
segment. Yeah, she was sick. Saying, yeah, she's
Dr.
sick.
Bethany Marshall
and she said horrible things about his
mother.
Sister.
What were we saying? Nothing.
Dr. Bethany Marshall, that goes on Nancy Grace, said, and I have it. I clipped it. It's in one of my videos. She said Brian wanted to sleep with his mother, and I was like, that is freaking disgusting.
He's a mama's boy. Yep.
She's never even talked to Brian. Never talked to Brian. And
that's one of the things I said. Yep.
Coworkers seem like nice people to me. And unless you've done me wrong, I really don't have issues with people like that, except for people who talk smack. I don't like that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I know. She seems like a nice lady.
Well, that's what got me involved in this in the first place, is when they were starting to like blame his parents, and that's what made me call into T-Rev's channel, because I'm like, you're not gonna fucking do that, because again, his mother was my English teacher in 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. Again, the only reason I know that is because my 8th grade reading teacher was so fucking hot. Like I can't. No. It's not even. It shouldn't even be laughed at. It should just be praised.
Oh, I'm not laughing.
I can't even explain how hot my 8th grade reading teacher still is probably, and And that's the only reason I can remember that she was my reading teacher, and then Miss Koberger was my she was my reading teacher. Miss Koberger was my English teacher, and yeah, so that's the only reason I remember that. Now, do I remember like the shit that happened in her class? Absolutely not. But
Oh, you memorized every day.
Yeah.
I remember everything that happened in reading class. Yeah, I remember everything that happened in reading class, but not English class, because I didn't look at Miss Koberger like that. I looked at Miss Davis like that.
Right.
I didn't have any good-looking teachers ever.
No. This was different. And then she would wear like this like French maid outfit like once every like a month. I swear to Jesus. I mean, it was a little longer of a skirt, but oh, man.
How old do you think she was?
Maid outfit to school?
She was probably like 30-something at the time, and then she wound up
wasn't
later.
a real French maid outfit.
Yeah, I mean that's what I took it at the time. Listen, dude, you don't understand. I could bring my baseball.
Skirt.
I will bring my baseball teammates up here. They'll tell you flat out, dude. She was the hottest thing that they've ever seen in their life.
The fact that Willie knew what a maid outfit looked like in grade school.
Oh, I was an animal.
Yeah.
I was a fucking animal.
Go get your yearbook. Let's see it.
Watching Benson.
Yeah, let's see a picture.
I have to find my yearbook. I found my sister's yearbook, but I have to find mine. My sister's 3 years below me, so she's one grade below Brian. And I haven't even. What's funny is I haven't even asked my sister yet if she like knew him, or my sister could have had a fucking full blown conversation or like been cool with him, and I have no idea because I just haven't asked her yet. But yeah, she was one grade below Brian. But I found her yearbooks and stuff. I don't know where the fuck mine are. I was looking up my dad's attic the other last month and can't fucking find them. I wish they would have like scanned them and kept them online or something like that when the internet came.
I think they have. I think there's a website you can go to that has everybody's yearbooks.
Like I can look up the articles of like baseball games I had and stuff, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I can't find the yearbook photos.
I want to know what picture was shown of you to Brian.
Well, my avatar. I mean, you saw you saw my last avatar where I'm standing underneath the fucking trophy presented to us at Pleasant Valley when we won the championship. So,
well, the only one I have in my mind
what I look like
is of you in the Italian T-shirt with your muscles.
No, you saw. Hold on, you saw.
Yes, I did. I'm just.
Hold on, let me see if I'm able to. If I do this, can I click on me and change? No, I can't. So I can't do it while I'm in here. But yeah, there's a. The other one is me under the actual trophy. Like, I didn't have any facial hair or anything when I was in high school. I had a baby face. But yeah, like I said, the only reason I know everybody is because...
You don't exactly have an old man face at this point.
Well, I'm fucking Greek, got those genes. Yeah. But no, the only reason I know everybody...
I've seen Greek guys that don't look like you. So anyway, moving along.
Well, thank you, Abby. Yeah. But yeah, the only reason I knew everybody is because, like I said, I would have massive amounts of alcohol every weekend. I have like 15 bottles of all different types of liquor because I worked at a restaurant, and the owner was Greek as well, and he didn't give a shit. And I'd take like bottles of Grey Goose, and I mean,
whoa.
Oh yeah, I mean we were partying nice, like bottles of Grey Goose.
Wow.
High school, that's what I mean. High school. Yeah. I have like 30, 40 gallon Jungle Juice parties. Mike would be fucking completely gone. People blacking out. Saba's fucking lost in the woods somewhere. Like, this was. High school is fun, you know what I mean? Like I had a great time in high school.
Me too.
But again, that's how I know everybody and what they remember me as is being fucking nuts. But yeah, we were all crazy.
I think Mike looks like he's.
We didn't do the crazy drugs, like we didn't do the hardcore drugs, so that's why we all survived.
Yeah.
Now somebody smoke. You can't like get drugs off the street without it possibly having a fentanyl in it. Where before, if I had some ecstasy pills, because I've done some drugs, I've never seen crack, meth, or heroin in my life, but I've done, some E or some acid, and I've done some cocaine. You know what I mean?
When I worked for Willie Nelson and the Doobie Brothers and all those people, they had cocaine from dentists.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
The
cocaine in the 80s made just the cocaine. I mean, the cocaine in the 80s made people fucking they had superpowers and shit. Yeah, I'd love to see. But now today, you get cocaine one time, you do one line, you're dead.
Oh, I wouldn't dare to now.
See,
because
that's
I may die.
That's the issue. Is you can't even do drugs today.
I mean, I'd love to have a line right now. I would do it, but I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I mean, I haven't done anything like that for years.
Oh my God,
dude, they make cocaine fucking like.
And I'm not into drugs, but coke, I've never been.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was able to do a line and only one line and not need 55 more after, then yes, I would do it.
That's
but
what
I can't do cocaine because I need an 8-ball or a quarter to myself, and then when the birds come up, that's when the problems start.
I have so many people just give me coke, right? And I'd take it home, I'd have it at the party, and then I'd take some home.
You know what I'm talking about, Gilly.
I'd forget about it, and then all of a sudden I gotta do all this freaking housework and shit. Oh my God, I have that coke, and I'd do a couple lines, and I'd get a buzz, not for, you don't get a buzz for that long after you do a couple lines, and then it was gone.
Yeah, you fucking do if it's really good.
That's why I liked coke. There were no after effects. I was up, happy, fun.
There is nothing. Listen, that is the worst come down I have ever felt in my life.
I've never had that, but I also have.
You have never been outside. Hold on. You have never been peeking out your fucking windows all night.
Never.
And then all of a sudden the sun comes up and the birds are chirping and you're completely freaking the fuck out because you have to sober up.
No, and I'll tell you why.
Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. That you never did cocaine. Wasn't coke.
Bullshit.
Wasn't coke.
One of the reasons that I ended up being diagnosed with ADHD was when before they took an MRI, they did take an MRI, they asked you all these questions. And drugs, of course. Have you, taken drugs? I was like,
well, don't get my house clean.
I'm like, no. I wanted to be able to do marijuana, but it just puts me to sleep almost instantly. No matter over the years, about every 10 years.
Oh yeah, that weed back then, put the sticks in the stems and knock you the fuck out.
But then I said, and I said this to the doctor. I said, if you put a line of coke in front of me right now, I would do it with joy. And I, said it lasts a few hours for me, and then I can just put it away, and I don't think about it again until I'm in a situation. What the coke does for me, which is what Adderall does for me, is connects the neurons in my frontal lobe that allow me to be able to focus on things I am not.
The fact that you're justifying cocaine use, we're going to be friends forever.
But I'm not.
I love it.
You threw me with that one. Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm totally focused on any things I'm interested in, but I have a really hard time even just kind of sitting there peacefully if something's going on that I am not interested in. And mundane things are like organizing. I do not. I actually went to a counselor.
Everybody loves cocaine. Nobody can say they don't love cocaine. The problem with cocaine is you can't just do a little bit of cocaine. If you could just do a little bit of cocaine, everybody would be doing cocaine. But you can't. You have to fucking do it all, and then you have to look to see if you dropped any, and then fucking pick your nose.
Well, look in the mirror for sure.
That's the whole problem with it. Is to come down. If you could just do a couple lines and then it just went away and you were okay, then yes, but you need to do it all. We know that.
Well,
if you have it, you're doing it. You can't save cocaine. Hold on a second. If you have a quarter ounce of weed, right? Like if I get a quarter ounce of weed, I can smoke a half a gram a day and make that quarter last me, a week. Maybe, probably not, like week and a half, never. But like if I had 7 grams of cocaine, I'm doing it all that night, right? That's the problem with cocaine.
Right, but that's you, and for me, it's
that's everybody. That's everybody who's ever done cocaine.
No, that's not true. Anyone who has neurodivergent, that is not true.
99.96% of people.
I can't see chat. Come on, there's got to be some people in.
Everybody in chat's like, yeah, you do it all.
When I take 40 milligrams of Adderall a day. I used to just take one in the morning, and I wouldn't take one in the afternoon if there was nothing that I felt I had to focus on. I never get like speed. Like I've taken speed when I was younger. It was like, or Coke. And it's not like that at all for me because I have a reason to use it. So my brain uses it up in focusing. I wish it got me like cocaine does.
ADHD, a lot of these drugs have like the opposite effect than normal people.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
I'm with you. I have ADHD.
Because
I got diagnosed 2 years ago.
Okay, Candy, whatever you say.
I drove out to Renton to get diagnosed.
No, not you. I'm talking to Candy. Like people are trying to like tell me, yeah, I can save some cocaine for like, maybe if you have a fucking kilo, but if you have an 8-ball,
so funny.
No, if you have an 8-ball between you and your friends, there's never any left over, and that's
You're right.
insane.
You're right because the other friends snored it all.
Exactly.
When I used to work, I remember when I
that's
first
the
started
problem I'm saying with cocaine.
But it's not that way for me.
Somebody's doing it.
I remember when myself and this other girl who cooked on the road for these bands, we would get to our hotel rooms.
So, Kelly, like, what the fuck we doing here?
The bands had already gotten there, and there would be an ashtray on the hotel little table in front of the couch full of Coke.
You're such a product of the 80s. It's fantastic.
A long time, I didn't even do it because I wasn't into drugs. And then I made the mistake of...
I'm so mad I didn't grow up in the 80s. You have no idea.
You should be. That's what my nephew is your age, and that's what
you should be. I am.
Like, Teresa, you grew up in the best time, best music.
I at least got to enjoy the 90s and early 2000s, and then at one point...
The 80s were the best. That's when the drugs were clean.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
I think the late 70s. I think the 70s were the best.
Yeah, the 70s were with me because I'm more
all the music, acid. All the, and then it went into disco kind of, and then,
That's why I get along with people that are older than me because I can't adjust.
That's how my nephew is too.
I can't adjust to today's music and like all this.
He's really handsome and stuff, and really cool, and he hasn't got a girlfriend, and it's like you need somebody older. You know, he's like, all these girls are just on social media. They're taking selfies of themselves all the time. They don't talk about anything important.
Else.
I'm sure there's.
That's why I don't flirt with nobody on here because again, anybody can be anybody, and I don't trust it.
That's why you need to, if you like someone, you need to invite a meetup. We should all have a meetup sometime.
Fuck yeah, we should all meet up somewhere.
Hey, I'm going to try to go to Hey, Twiz, do you know if the trial with WSU is going to be, at first I thought it was going to be in Seattle, but then somebody said Spokane.
Dago's been saying it's in Spokane. That's all I know about it.
What is?
Well, that's the trial between WSU and the G's. And the reason it's not in Idaho, which is a really good thing, is that two separate residences. Oh, now we have a kitty porn thing going on now. What a cute kitty.
I don't see in any way that they're going to win.
Oh, I agree with you, Twiz. I mean, not only that, but they have a top DA from Washington, and I'm pretty certain that guy's a Democrat. So he's not.
Well, yeah, if it's from Washington,
he's not going. Well, that's who's doing it, and he's not going to be going for. Man, when I heard Pam Bondi stood up as the Attorney General and said that Luigi Mangione should be like electrocuted and all this, the death penalty. I thought it was weird when people in chats, we need to get a hold of Pam Bondi about this case. I was like, do you listen to Pam Bondi?
That's what my cat just did. She was like,
it's like she's going to want Brian Fried because he murdered some girls. I mean, that's why I'm hoping it's, I thought it was going to be in Seattle. I can't see your cat, Willie.
Oh, she was just up here. I just woke her up and she's pissed at me.
Did people call you half-assed or asked? What did people call you?
Half-assed.
You're muted.
You've been muted. You've been muted this whole time, just so you know.
Oh, Willie, that's not true.
NHA.
What did people call you?
You've been muted the whole time. She's had her cat up here.
Oh, the cat. Yes.
I still can't hear you.
I still
Talking
can't
to your
hear.
mic.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I can't hear at all.
Me neither.
I
Nope,
hear Twiz.
Now you're
nothing.
muted. Now you're muted again. You're muted.
You're muted on StreamYard.
No, I'm gonna unmute you. Oh, I can't unmute because your guest chose to mute themselves. Well,
Hey, Willie, yours is a girl cat, right? Or a boy
yes,
cat? A girl.
girl.
I thought boys.
Only one in 4 orange cats are girls.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're muted
And
on
of course,
StreamYard.
and again, this is my luck. I got a fucking female.
You need it. You need that energy around you.
What do you mean? Every
It's
fucking
quiet,
person in my
though.
life is a female.
I know. That's what you need. That's what
No,
God
I
has given you.
mean, no.
Because
I
you
need to
have
get
a lot of
dog as a-
testosterone, and you need to remember that you have a heart and you have a compassion.
But I need a dog. That's
I agree. Nothing, man.
I need a dog.
I love cats, and I grew up with cats.
I want a hybrid,
What hybrid? No, you don't.
a husky.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just quiet.
Yeah, you're quiet.
I have worked with every breed for many, many years. Why
Really?
would you want an independent dog that doesn't really want to hang with you? They want to be
Two cats are wild.
what they're bred for. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
listen,
pretty.
I'm not gonna lie though. My cat's enough. Like when she's tired all of a sudden, which is great. But on a usual occasion, I can't do nothing. I can't go outside by myself. I can't go outside by myself. I can't go to the bathroom. I can't go anywhere. I can't do nothing without her
not that
being at the
common,
door,
so
scratching,
that's cool.
trying to get in. Like I can't do nothing. It's
That's
absolutely
cool.
amazing.
She's your buddy. She's your spirit animal, maybe.
Yes, trust me, I love it. But at some points you're like, oh my God, let me just take a leak for Christ's sakes.
I've had,
so
I don't really need a dog.
The dog into the bathroom. If not, he'd open the door while I'm sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do like to have.
So I have to expect it. But I love her. I love her to death.
Speaking yet?
I don't know. She's working on her volume. I think.
There it is. I think that's.
You hear that now?
Yeah.
There you go. Very possessive. Possessive as fuck.
They lost my mic.
Like if I bring a female over here, she gets mad as shit. Like she will not come around. If female tries to pet her, she'll be like, or she'll get ready to attack. Yeah, she's very, very possessive of me. It's crazy.
Well, and I bet you laugh and think it's funny, and that encourages her.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, we have a great time. Trust me. I
Usually
wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm just saying it's crazy. I've never had a cat. My childhood cat would just be sleeping, chilling, but my cat's always like, I'll be doing something and I'll look back and she'll be like maybe in the corner watching me. Or I'll be doing something and she'll be like over there, like protecting me because she's kind of like a half, even though she was a couple days, maybe a couple weeks old when I brought her in, she was, once they're born outside, they have that gene in them. So once they're like an outside and indoor cat, then she always wants to go out to the porch to fucking look at the birds that she wants to attack and rip their heads off. She has that killer instinct because she was born outside, even though she's been inside.
Has she dragged any birds inside or rats inside? Mine do.
No, because I don't let her go outside. Because if she gets out, I'm sure she kills some shit, but she doesn't bring it inside. Thank God. My childhood cat did. She'd throw up chipmunks or bring dead chipmunks in the house or but they're doing that to to show you that they're hunting for you and
2 feral kitties, little kitties, showed up 3 years ago with a mom, and then the mom ended up. She hung around for quite a while, but I would sit outside all summer trying to get these kitties to come near me, and finally they did. And at about 8, and then I have a sliding window that they can come in and out, and so I feed them.
That's why I like cats, because they don't trust everybody right away, like me.
Yeah. Well, they're still feral to everyone except for me. The Humane Society here traps. If you trap a feral cat, they take them and spay and neuter them and give them any shots they need for outside, and then they return them to where they captured them. Because they said if they don't return them to that place, those cats are always trying to get back there. It was very interesting. And so then they were brought back, and now they come in and sleep on my bed, and they're just so sweet. But if anybody comes around, they just are like wild. They just run and hide. And now I'm going to have to move, and I'm just freaking out because I live in a rich frickin' area, and I've gone around to all the neighbors. I've had a little studio in a private home on the lake for a long time. Now they want to remodel, and I can't find anybody that's going to feed them. And I'm freaking out. And I only have 4 weeks left.
You can't take them with you?
2 feral cats. I don't have a place to live yet. I may be living in my van. I'm serious.
Shit.
There are 2 to 8 year waiting lists in Seattle. And in order to get into a little apartment, you have to have first, last damage.
That's
it comes to at least $5,000. And I'm not working right now. I mean, I'm older, and I'm living on Social Security.
Who the fuck has 2 to 8 years to wait?
The whole city, all the places of sliding scale income have been taken up. And Amazon,
we gave the people who came here, a couple of years ago, cards and apartments and money.
No, actually in Seattle,
on a debit card.
that's
Amazing,
a lie.
right? Amazing how that works.
That's a lie here in Seattle. You cannot get food stamps or anything like that unless you for a long time. No, I'm saying for years. It's not. There aren't Hispanic people and shit
in
living
Washington.
in the state of. I'm talking about the state of Washington. You have to have. They pay taxes, but they aren't allowed to have food stamps or Medicaid.
And veterans, William.
And we have we have a huge homeless population, and Amazon and Google and Microsoft just laid off combined like 6,000 people because they're getting ready for AI. So they just fired all those people.
Yeah, if you can't take care of them, I'm sure there's somebody you can call.
They'll try to come by. But I mean, as far as the kitties are concerned, just one day they're going to try to get in the window, and I'm not going to be there, and nobody's going to be feeding them. It freaks me out. Anyway, let's not talk about it.
They'll figure out how to find.
Cats always figure out something.
They will find a way.
Yeah.
Cats figure it the fuck out. That's one thing about cats is these, there's cats in the neighborhood and
but
stuff.
The fact that they've
been around for
person,
so long, and I don't know how the hell they figure it out, but they're still around.
They've been brushed every day. They've been pampered. They sleep on my bed. All this shit, and then anybody else, any of my neighbors.
That's why I think cats are so cool because they could live outside and all kinds of shit, and then you can go up to the cat and they'll be spotless clean.
Well, these cats don't allow other people.
Cats are clean freaks.
These cats don't allow other people to come near them, and that's what makes me sad. So they're just going to revert to being killing, and they definitely hunt.
Yeah.
But that's not
is there any way to rest your phone down on something, Happy? I'm getting
I am moving my hand around or whatever. I can just go out and
No, you're good. Or if you can
What are you hearing? What are you hearing? Me scraping the
Well, no, you're crackly, but it's the moving around of the camera that's messing my
Yeah, I'm using my hands a lot. Sorry.
You're
good.
Let's
try this.
Or you can just turn the camera off, and we can still hear you.
Okay, great. How do I do that?
Just click on the camera button. The thing that looks like a
I have an Android.
Yeah, me too. At the bottom of your.
I see. Oh yeah, I see a microphone, and I see a.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click the thing next to it. There you go. Perfect.
Am I still crackling?
You might. I mean, it's probably not gonna do anything to your sound. Say something.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're still crackly. That's all right. Let me see if I can do something here on my end.
You gotta get out of Seattle.
Where'd she go? What are you saying?
I was just saying she's got to get out of Seattle, though.
Fuck yeah! That doesn't sound like an area I'd want to live in. Idaho or that area up there. Seems like they can just do whatever they want.
They could do that anywhere.
Yeah, but dude, the fact that they can just like, how come there's so many people trying to break Luigi Mangione? Like, I heard somebody pose as an FBI agent, try to break Luigi Mangione out of jail. They took the death penalty off the table, all that kinds of shit in that case. But nothing was taken off the table here, and they didn't fucking hand over all the discovery until like they probably didn't even hand it all over. To be honest with you,
I didn't even know that.
really?
I haven't been watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But I'm saying one day we're gonna wake up. Yeah, one day we're gonna wake up and this shit's gonna be absolutely going insane. Like something's gonna be filed, and I'm telling you, they're not doing a media tour for no reason. They've never done a media tour for no reason. That's why I watch people.
I've never lost faith that it's not over. I don't think it's over.
Well, it's definitely not over.
Because
well, I mean, MSM's talking about multiple perps. How can the police department, like, how can they not open up the investigation out? Like, there's so much pressure. We need
Well, they're not gonna give a shit.
Why?
They will never admit they were wrong.
Well, when the pressure's on, they're gonna have to do something, or the FBI is gonna have to investigate. Somebody's have to do something. That's how the world is.
Yeah,
if you make enough noise, then something happens. But until then,
they haven't investigated O'Keefe's murder.
That's why we all need to try to get along.
Yeah, I actually talked about that with Annie this morning. I said that to her. I was like, how come now that Karen got off, they don't give a fuck who murdered John O'Keefe?
Yeah,
because it was
I don't know.
Because it was cops.
I mean, it's a weird thing where like they might need some evidence.
Boston police officer, they don't give a shit who killed him. Wow.
But that's the weird thing because Karen and fucking her attorneys were saying that they know who did it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Happy hit that camera button again. There you go. All right. There's Happy.
I'm so glad we got to put a face with Happy Hounds. Like, I've never.
Happy, get out of Seattle. What's wrong with you?
Hey, if I had fucking money, I would be gone in a heartbeat. And to be honest with you, I was thinking before of moving back to Idaho if I could, but not now.
Why would you go to Idaho? Get the hell out of
I'll tell you what, when I lived in, well, I wouldn't go there now because I want to go, I would want to go to the ocean, to someplace warm and ocean. But when I lived in Idaho, okay, here's one thing that I don't think people that they don't understand about Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
So what Greek people in Moscow absolutely do not mingle with, quote, regular people. None of them, they used to have their own bar on the edge of, a bar, it was called Rathskellers, which is a German word. It was kind of a big dance club on the edge of town heading toward Troy. And that is where they went to drink. The Corner Club, I would like to know more about the guy who owns the Corner Club. I do know that I've heard he grew up in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
But when this girl and I came out to go to University of Idaho on a national student exchange, I rode across the country with her from Maine. And we arrived coming down from I-80, I guess. You come on to 95, there's only one main road that goes all the way through Idaho. I mean, Twiz knows this. And the reason I wanted to go was because the propaganda that the university sent out to lure people from other areas in, I can see the front of the catalog, like I'm looking at it right now. It had a huge picture of a guy in waders fly fishing in like the Snake River or the River of No Return, which is in Idaho, has the largest primitive area in the country outside of Alaska. Okay. And Towering Mountain was in this picture, and this guy's fishing. And the title of the thing said, "Come to Idaho." And underneath it, it said, "Nestled at the foothill of Moscow Mountains, University of Idaho, blah, blah, blah." Twiz, Have you ever seen Moscow Mountain? It's the size of
You're crackling. You're crackling. Got a little worse. Let me see. Let me see if I can do something on my end. Hold on. See if I can edit your mic.
Moscow Mountain is not a mountain.
No,
It's a
I don't
big
go to Moscow a lot.
No, but you've been there. But we came down 95, and it was dusk, and it was getting dark, and we when you come down through northern Idaho, it's just covered in trees. And the closer we got to Moscow, the trees started disappearing. And then the next thing we knew, we were in these wheat fields. And we came to a butte, and there was a sign that said, well, we could see twinkling lights in the distance, and this road sign, a highway sign said Moscow, 5 miles ahead. And it was literally in the middle of these wheat fields. And I actually started crying because I grew up on an island in Maine with just intense beauty and stuff. And the thought that I had driven all the way across country, lured by a photograph.
That's how I was when I moved to Arizona until it was 130 degrees, and I said,
"Oh my God, I can't even imagine."
I said, "Nope." I literally got the fuck out of there.
When we came down into town, we wanted a drink, and the very first bar we saw was the Corner Club. We pulled over. It was August, so it was probably about 8:30 or 9 in the evening. And it was a narrow, long kind of building, and with one door. And we opened the door, and what we saw in front of us was a long, narrow room with a long bar against one of the walls.
That's what I'm about to get the male version of that fucking hat.
And there were like 5 or 6 guys in there who are all over 50, and they were cowboys, and they were mostly in jean jackets, cowboy hats. They were old. They were all smoking cigarettes, and there was they had spittoons, and some of them had chew and were spitting into the, oh my God, that's what they looked like. And they looked up and stared at us with like, what the fuck are you girls doing here? We walked about 4 steps in. They just stared at us, and we turned around and left. Nobody went to the Corner Club except farmers and ranchers. It was an old man's bar. And now, obviously, the Greeks have moved from Rathskellers to the Corner Club, and that's their bar. What the hell did you just go in and take your mask off, and now we're looking at the real you?
I listen. You're talking. I'm listening. That's all.
What are you doing?
No, listen, it's 2 o'clock in the goddamn. I don't know what I'm doing. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God! Look at those teeth.
I know. I actually did this. I colored this with metallic marker.
What is that made of?
Pretty neat, huh?
Yes. What is it made of?
I colored it myself with metallic acrylic marker.
But what's the chin?
What do you mean?
It's alien.
It's just a mask.
It's plastic?
Yeah, it's just a. Yeah.
And it's got the goggles were already on it?
Yeah, it's just a mask.
Oh, you look so freaky. Oh my God, that is scary as
You think this is scary? I'll put some shit on that'll rock your world.
Oh, good. I like to be rocked. Let's go. Oh my God. But the Greeks never went into any bars that the townspeople or the regular students went into. If Brian Koberger had been around that house, those girls would not have. He just would not have been allowed. He would have been moved away. Don't you think, Twiz?
I mean, things are a little different now, but
how many off-campus guys do you ever see in Greek Row? I mean, I was reminded by what's-her-face, WSU Kim. I was re-listening to some of her interviews. You don't even the only guys allowed, or the only people allowed to go near the frats that aren't Greek are football players. Nobody else.
Or girls. I mean,
Well,
frats don't let
oh
other
my
dudes
God.
come into their areas.
Oh my God. Those things are so. You scare your daughter? Oh, wow. Wow.
That is so funny.
I got this for fucking.
Wow.
I got this for $8.
Oh my
What?
God. In what kind of a store did you get that?
Huh?
What kind of a store?
I got it off Temu.
My favorite place. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's my favorite part right there. This shit is crazy.
You know, that's what you would look like if you were skinned.
I know.
That just looks
Oh
like
my
a
God,
piece
that
of
is
pizza.
What do you say, bro?
so
Okay.
gross.
It looks like a piece of
Oh,
pizza.
oh, put the hat on. Ugh. Oh my
Oh, that's so
God.
crazy.
That
He's
is
like Ghost Rider.
disgusting. Unbelievable.
Okay, so my kids are adults. So keep that in mind. This was a
I told you
Christmas present they got.
my favorite holiday is Halloween.
No joke.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Wow.
fuck
Okay,
Christmas
so
and all
this is
that.
what my adult children get us for Christmas
Oh
this
my
past
God.
year.
Let's
Okay.
see it.
Look.
Wow. Put it on.
What is
Put it
that?
over your
It's
face.
smoke.
It's
a
a
mask.
mask.
It's a smoke mask.
It's
With
like
a thing
almost
attached.
the same one. Oh my God.
You just-
Wow, you guys are freaking weird. Oh my God. That's a cool one, I think.
You know who this
Wow.
is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's
But
Oh my God.
once you get it
what's his
on,
name? The Terrifier or whatever.
Move
gotta get all
closer.
set.
I want to see the teeth under that mask. Whoa, that is sick.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
That's Terrifier. I got this for $6 on Temu.
What's the temperature there?
man.
Nothing.
Wee. Huh?
What's the temperature there?
She's in a
It is
Frigidaire, I guess.
Night and cloudy.
You said 28?
27 degrees
Oh my
Fahrenheit.
God. Oh my
It must
God.
be nice. It's fucking 1 degrees here.
Cloudy.
1 degree.
It was here yesterday, but maybe you'll get my weather tomorrow. I don't know.
Where are you, Twiz? What is it where you are?
I'm in Pullman.
It's a creepy
So
mess.
what is it? So what is it over there?
I don't know. It was warmer. Like last week, it was pretty cold. It got down to like 20 at night.
Do you guys get snow anymore?
I have like 7 inches of snow.
Right now it's 36. We had a little bit of snow a couple weeks ago.
Man, they're used to. I mean, Moscow used to.
This winter's been pretty mild. Last winter was cold for a lot of it.
Oh my God! Look at what's his face, Willie. That is so freaking weird. Wow.
It's fucking 2 a.m. right now. I'm never up at this time.
That is just freaky.
I got to do something to keep myself fucking from passing out.
Well, I find you very entertaining. That's for sure.
Well, thank you. But anyway, I'm going to seriously though. It's 2:00. I still need to eat something. I'm going to shut this down because it's going on 4 hours now. So
yeah, it's 11 o'clock here, and I haven't eaten yet either. But
I appreciate you guys coming up. Thank you, Mikey, for becoming a member and sending that super chat.
Is that Mikey, your friend?
No, Mikey.
No, Mikey S.
Mikey. The real Mikey. The real Mikey S.
Oh, becomes okay. Great.
Get in your van, Happy Hounds, and come visit.
Yeah, you know, I am going to go over there at some point.
Fuck no, Angel.
Even just to see what the hell it's.
I did a 24-hour live though once, so
I haven't been there for like 3 years. I think I went down.
All right, well, listen, I'm gonna go eat. Appreciate you guys coming up. And
hey guys,
final
thanks
message.
A lot.
Final message to the G family.
Nice to see you, nothing.
Final message to the G family: stop going on fucking MSM panels and shit. Stay away from MSM. Nothing. Thank you. Happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Take care.
Mods, thank you so much. Everybody for just tuning in. Thank you so much. I'll probably see you guys on the YouTube street somewhere. But yeah. You guys have a great night.
You're gonna, so you usually come on in the morning though, right? That's why I never
I
see
come
you
on.
live.
I come on when there's something to actually like speak about, or if I have something
Gotcha.
to, you know what I mean? Like, I find it hard to just go live, just to go live. I'm not good at that. You know, I'm not good at just sitting here like I swear to God, like there's sometimes I'll scroll through like, you know, I'll be watching a lot. I'll be watching a live, and then I might like accidentally like hit it, and then it'll go to a different live, and it'll be somebody like you know, sleeping, and it'll be like or they'll be like eating or just doing like the weirdest shit.
What kind of channels? Just any random channel?
Yeah, well, we're here. Just like you can go to somebody's live and then just
Not
and then
somebody you know though.
no, I'm talking about just people all over the world. You just look at like when people go live, and some people go live about just waking up in the morning and they're literally eating cereal in your face, and there's like people in there talking. I'm like, how can people sit here and watch? Like, it's insane. So yeah, so I feel like I need to like, you know, have a subject, have a topic. Like I feel like that's important rather than just to go live to go live. You know.
But it was a drag when you were gone for so long though.
Yeah, I had to do it.
I hope you feel better now.
Well, I tell everybody, you know, you know, this comes second. Like I have, you know, there's real life, and then there's, you know, YouTube. You know,
I'm right there with you. Yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of people that, you know, I mean, you see a lot of the YouTubers. Like, some of them go crazy. Like that one YouTuber mom that, like, you know, YouTube became her life, and she was neglecting her kids and stuff like that. Like, you can't let that shit like get to you. That's why I don't mess with social media. All I have is basically YouTube, and you know, that's it. I mean, I don't really use Facebook anymore, so
I don't either.
I'm basically social media free, which feels good.
Well, no, I do take photographs and upload them to my YouTube page, but then I never even go in to see if anybody comments.
Yeah,
I just
like
taking photos.
Yeah. That's why, like, sometimes I'll post like something, you know, like a video of my cat, or like I'll say something about my cat, because, like, you know, I'm not posting on like any social media sites. Like YouTube is like, you know, but I'm not going to post about my personal shit on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just find it fascinating how many people will post their personal shit on their social medias. It's like
people have grown up with that. I mean, I'm a super private. Yeah,
I was fine with MySpace. Once they went past MySpace, I was like, no.
You were like 5 when
MySpace was cool. MySpace, you could like have music on, and you had like your top 8 people that like you fucked with, and like it was your own personal page. Where now, you know, it's all fucked. So anyway, have a good night. I'm out of here. Thank you for coming up,
everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, mods. Thank you, chat. Peace, y'all. Later.